creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is, when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, chills as Atom...
I will repay you in our common currency. In blood, and lead, and death!
Korak as Lythander.
You ever shapeshift instead of chicken?
Alatos as Gavel.
We have V from DMC5 at home.
Everyone else played by me, GamerX, the GM. Kiryu-chan!
No! God, no!
Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers.
Bark.
Oh no, Mr. Field's gonna sue us now.
It's been a bit since we last played. Does anyone need a refresher on what happened last time, or can
We
yes.
fought a super high tier martial artist. Well,
No,
We
fought
got
is a
humiliated by a
relative term.
super high tier martial
he
artist.
dodged my
Yes.
attacks. I stole information from him. We now have ancient sigil arts that I can sell.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell them?
Hey. Lythander might seem like he's a dumb stoner type.
Seem.
What are you talking? What do you mean by that, Alatos? Would you like to say something? Would you like to say something?
I think I've said all I have needed to say.
But no, he's smart-ish.
going.
He's getting his memories back. He realized that he was intelligent.
Oh, right. You completed your sorcery adventure last time and realized that your memories weren't not in fact lost. They were stolen by someone stabbing you in the stomach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now I puked up slugs.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't
no,
think
that
there
was
was. Yeah. There was the detail of that blade potentially having a star metal rim to it, and the person having a cast mark of Venus on their forehead. For reference, a cast mark of Venus is the astrological symbol of Venus, which you might recognize as the symbol everyone uses for women.
Your move, women.
Thank you, Alto.
Hey. Be nice.
That's what I'm gonna post to Twitter when I finish the Kaname Date cosplay.
Yo.
Nice.
So, you're taking your eye out?
Maybe.
That's actually very brave, Chills.
When the martial artist was mentioned, it was the ghost of a sidereal, and he took the form of the giant ghost gazelle carp white hole.
Just go with it.
Because Ghosts and Exalted can do some real weird shit compared to a lot of other, just spooky spirit phantasm types.
Inky, Blinky, and Clyde.
Yes, you're Pac-Man in this equation.
Yeah.
Woo!
Waka.
You ever pack on some mans?
We are going to open this session on, a letter.
Oh.
Dear
Gavel, in between this session and the last, an arrow whizzed through the air and just slammed into the wall right next to your head with a letter attached to it.
Thank you,
Okay.
arrows, just barely missing our heads, for giving us the best messages.
Better not be saying I won't miss next time.
No, it doesn't say that. It's a 12 dice roll.
This
in
is
there
how you
instead.
get ratioed and exalted.
Okay.
Someone just tries to kill you with a message.
Exactly. This is a character using their war excellency on this battle tactic of a call to a duel.
Oh boy.
7 successes. So
What do I need to roll?
this is against whatever tactic you're going to be doing for this stage. So the last time was essentially scouting the giant corpse body you are on, as represented in this very artistically detailed map that I am not going to be showing on the on the video. No. Care to describe what you're seeing?
Once we get dragged to the map, yes.
We're not on there?
No.
Okay, let
No.
me... Oh my god, you haven't been on there the whole time. You're still on the,
That is
bottom
correct.
right. Okay.
Wait, we have a map?
Alright, so which location should I put the token on?
You are on, you're on here at the moment.
Here's
wait.
Not...
That is... Here we go.
Oh, on the,
On one of the
what
feet.
would be the right foot. Okay.
Actually, that's the left foot. The legs are crossed.
Oh, right. Okay. Give me a tick so I can...
Very nice map.
Token. There we go.
Lots of
Alright.
character.
So yeah, basically we're resting at one of the feet of this very giant
Yeah.
creature that is...
He's very much dead.
Uh-huh.
He's got crosses on his eyes. He looks very disappointed. He's still
the left
he's
arm,
still soldiering
the
and
left
carrying
arm's
that
missing.
city on his hand, though. He's a real hard worker.
The left arm is mostly missing, except for like probably what I would imagine to be a ravaged stump.
Wait, am I still here or am I still at... Or am I here or am I still at the thing?
You came back to them around... This is shortly after your memory blockage was lifted to realize,
Okay.
oh wait, the blockage is gone, but the dam is empty. Someone stole the water from there.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
All right, so Gavel, the letter that you see is an incredibly intricate, like imagine a wedding invitation, but instead of to a wedding, it's a duel. Gavel of the Daedai tribe is cordially invited to duel me at the city in the hand.
Okay.
And then there's a selection of preferring chicken or beef.
You see, we always have to go with chicken.
So then
Pedro looks incredibly offended.
beef can.
Gavel
What a-
just mutters.
You'd eat
Yep.
your own kin, I know it. I've seen you eat a nugget before.
Gavel just mutters to herself, "Fucking posh warriors, I swear." And just kind of folds the letter back up and puts it in one of her pockets.
Did you select chicken or beef?
I select chicken.
That's fair.
You need the protein if you're gonna go into a big fight.
Okay, so for the section's war ventures, the aftermath of what happened was Lythander did a lot of scouting on the city near the hand. The regions of the stump and the head are still relatively unexplored, so if someone wants to do some navigation and scouting there to prepare for the next part of the war, like you guys have gained ever since the battle with the Ronte, you guys mostly have secured the territory near the mountains and waste.
Yeah. I believe I did this last time, so I could do it again if you want.
If you'd like, yeah. You may have also just picked up something that might help
I have.
in charm-wise.
I believe I have, but anyway, I did pick up something. I don't know if it would be better for it, depending on who would like to go, or
Yeah, this would either be a navigate or stealth, depending on what approaches you're using of just going in there and surveying the area or sneaking around.
But the thing is, I like this second line of this charm here. Waves and rivers ranging, literally immediate. Just got this one, fresh off the presses. Spend one mote. The Solar allows a story-important member of their crew or traveling entourage to use their navigate rating for one roll. If they have a higher essence, they gain the difference in their essence ratings in bonus successes. Gain 2 additional anima. And at essence 2, if the crew member has a tie of respect or fear to the Solar, they may use their navigate excellency on this roll without paying its cost. So,
Alright.
I don't have a navigate excellency, but the bonus successes could be interesting if we decide to let someone else roll it.
Oh goodness.
I also gained 3 anima from this.
Some additional stuff you could do. You could also summon a demon or a ghost, because that's something I'm surprised no one has done. That's usually one of the very stock things people love to do in the Exalted fandom.
I didn't.
Like either for scouting or combat or defensive purposes, like getting a living suit of armor.
I didn't even
or
know
a
I
big
could do that.
demon bird.
Pedro, go and flock over there and find something.
I'd like to summon a ghost.
I'm gonna. I was about to say I'll summon a demon, since that's kind of that was originally supposed to be what my whole character was.
I like ghosts.
I'm gonna use
Okay.
You see, I can actually summon a ghost if I want. But,
That's true.
You could both summon a ghost and a demon for different purposes if you want. It's the same venture. It just takes different flavoring based on what kind of entity you're summoning. So, Lythander, are there any specific ghosts that you would either like to make up off the cuff, or are you just summoning, like, filling out a Craigslist ad for spirits and for stuff you want them to do?
Is Leon still around?
He is in the process of reforming.
If I call him, will that mess that up?
Roll the dice and find out.
Is that sagacity?
Go ahead, my man.
No, I'm trying to. No, I'm just trying. If it will mess that up, I'm not gonna do that to Leon. Like I would like to roll. Like I'm asking in like out of character. Would that actually do it?
I would actually rule you can't summon him until he finishes reforming.
Until he finishes reforming, or
it takes it would take him another year.
Even if I, okay, yeah.
Even if you what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I was gonna say even if I try to force it. Gods, so I mean.
Demigods. That would be a pretty difficult. That would you could. It would just be high difficulty roll. Okay, so the first, so what kind? Before you do this ritual, state what purposes you're trying to summon these guys for.
What would be the correct term to use?
I think I'll let you summon the demon, because you can use my navigate anyway, with waves and rivers ranging.
I would say this demon's purpose would be for explicit navigating of the battlefield, and also as a way of basically a sort of non-verbal declaration to the enemy of we will be there.
Sounds like an agata to me. The beautiful jeweled wasps.
Oh boy.
You even got a signature agata in mind for that, maybe, depending on how well these summons go. Korak, you got anyone in mind? Or any purposes, at least?
I can't think of any purposes at the moment.
You don't have to do a dual summon stuff. This was just something I was suggesting.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything at the moment.
Okay, so for the ritual, you could find it on page 344 of the current manuscript. This is it is a 4-step obstacle. So this is going to be 4 rolls for you. Almost all of them would be using sagacity. The first step to use is because solars can automatically tell the time based on the position of the sun, even outside of the realms of existence, they're connected to the sun. You don't need to find the correct time for it. All you need to do is like wait maybe an hour or so over lunch, like take a nap, and then your living sundial that is Adam can help you find the time for when sunset starts.
The Pokemon time is now 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, the first step is going to be creating a summoning circle.
Okay.
If Gavel has done any summoning, does she have any specific implements or ritualistic designs?
Designs would probably be similar of like different, basically mangled weaponry to look like demonic sigils, I would imagine.
Okay. Maybe that could include like the various broken chains from the battle in the Heart Eater's tomb.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a difficulty 4 roll.
Okay, any sort of things?
Force plus sagacity.
I was about to say, you did say sagacity. I did remember that much. 1, 2, 3. 7. Please be kind. 4 successes.
Wow.
Just enough.
Very
Sheesh. All right.
It's not exactly even terrain around here, which is what the main difficulty comes in. This is in a pretty mountainous region. Not naturally forming. Looking around as you're surveying a good spot to summon the Agata, you realize that a large chunk of the environment is like, oh my god, this is a giant skid mark.
Wow.
This entire, like, mini mountain valley you're in is from this giant being sent flying and landing across the ground in this position.
Don't like
in
that.
a giant Yamcha crater.
Don't like that.
Okay. Goodness sakes.
Hence, the main difficulty is finding a spot in the Yamcha crater that's flat enough for you to do this. But after some digging around and maybe some punching with your giant magic fists, you manage to level enough terrain to lay it out flat enough. Next step for this is going to be detailing the specific service. So this could be presence instead of sagacity, if you'd like.
Yes, presence would be much better in my case.
Did someone say sagacity though?
Yes.
It's what's it? Force with attribute.
Yeah, force presence.
Okay. Let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 10. Please be kind. That is 3. Oof.
Oy, oy, oy.
This means that this doesn't mean the whole adventure fails. This just means that there is a complication.
Okay. Into which complication I imagine we'll be finding out later.
The complication is in the task instruction roles, which can come into play in a bit. Now,
Okay.
Do you want to go with the Agata? Or the thing about demons is that they do provide a lot of pre-made ones, but you could also, to a certain extent, make a bunch of them up on the spot.
Gotcha.
Yo,
Like,
ask
think
for the
what's it-
chainsaw demon. Or the chainsaw
I'm not
devil.
asking for the chainsaw demon. But no, what you said, a jade wasp or a jewel wasp?
Agata, a beautiful jeweled wasp that is impossible to attack unless you take a hard bargain because it's so beautiful.
Aw.
You know what? Yeah, that sounds pretty
I'll
good.
take
We'll
hard
summon.
bargain.
We'll keep on with the summon for that.
It's like trying to smash the Mona Lisa. Nobody wants to do that.
I do it.
Someone attempted to do that last year,
Yeah, but-
earlier this year.
They put a case on there for a reason.
They really did.
Okay.
all right.
So in this case, this role is going to be figuring out any kind of particular breed of Agata you would want, like more slender, bigger wings. Do you want to use it as a mount? Do you just want to use it as like a battle flyer? Like what kind of? Because demons are to an extent individuals.
Okay, I see.
At least first.
Probably just as a, pardon the pun, a scouter fly, basically. A mount, effectively, I should say, would be the official term.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll at difficulty 4, I think.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is with presence or sagacity.
This one is sagacity
Okay, 1, 2,
because you have to
3.
do a chalk outline of the demon.
Gotcha. No. Preferably type in the amount of dice I want. 4.
That's one bonus. It's actually difficulty 3, so you have one bonus success here to go with. You could increase something like, for one success. You could increase the allies' dice pools upon success.
Okay.
So you, in this case, you do a really good job with the chalk outline, and as a matter of fact, you have just enough extra chains and smashed powder, maybe even a bit of magical material shards left over from the broken lock on the tomb and from the mineral smoothie of orichalcum and jade that Lythander made.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it up, maybe soup it up.
Wait, I made one?
That was the final
did.
step in the breaking of the memory block.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
And now, the moment of truth. Final roll for demon summoning.
All right.
Give me force plus sagacity against difficulty 3 for a first circle demon.
All right. Please be kind.
Keep in mind that you could describe a stunt if you want to do it real well. Something you'll do for the demon summoning method here.
Yes, probably for something like this, Gavel's going to get on her knees, arms sort of like in a V position, eyes to the sky, and start chanting loudly in a sort of rhythmic tone. Sort of like a shaman when doing their rituals.
Now, what is she saying in that tone, though? Is it something in Old Realm, or is she just...
Yes, it would basically be an Old Realm, it would be an Old Realm basically saying, I ask you to come here to service me in battle for the upcoming bloodshed that will be dawned on this battlefield.
The other sorcerer in the tribe pokes his head in, dark-eyed stargazer. Remember to pay respect to Mars!
I follow his advice and be sure to pay respect to Mars.
Make sure that you let the goddess of war know that you're going to war. Alright, go ahead and take a stunt.
Alright, so that's just, I forget, since it's been a while since I've...
Force plus sagacity.
Okay, it's
with
force plus
dice,
sagacity.
2 bonus dice.
When you tell me,
when
you tell me there's a goddess of war, I just think of Rey from Sailor Moon
6, 7, 8,
and her cool shoes.
Alright. 4! Thank goodness!
Even though you're in the underworld, somehow the sky is getting darker.
Nice.
You don't really know. Is everyone else there, like near the circle?
And
just about.
What's it? I don't have any people blocking any spectators.
I'm finishing my
so
chicken.
anyone who can come, who wants to watch, can.
I am. I got the...
Alright, Stargazer is there. He has like a little jug of ritual salt just in case things go horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get salty here.
Yeah. I'm like a mobile mediator when it comes to, dealings with the dark world. Considering.
Yeah, so what happens is basically a Shin Megami Tensei demon fusion ritual, but just the summoning and not the fusion. Sky seems to grow darker. The entire circle starts to crack into emerald fire. Gavel's horns start to seem grow, and she shifts into her demon form for a split second. The entire ground starts rumbling. Dirt starts flowing upward in sheer essence expressions of power. And out from the earth, a fissure erupts. And from that fissure flies the most beautiful fucking thing you've ever seen. Yeah. Normally, most people don't like wasps.
Aww.
They're kind of unpleasant creatures. Yes, but this one is incredibly different. This is like if Michelangelo sculpted a wasp, or if like the Tumblr sexy man of bugs.
I was about to say, if Donatello painted a wasp monster.
This is the Onceler. This is the Onceler of wasps.
Oh, this is awful.
Cease.
Looking at
this
is
what a wasp sees when it looks at a wasp it likes.
You see, it's hip to fuck bees.
Did you know? I think all wasps are female.
Yes.
Hornet.
They're horny.
Okay, so after a few moments silence, give me a moment to get into character for this, because there is a speech pattern I've seen for these guys, and it needs a little bit of, shall we say, free flow of thought.
Wow.
Okay.
Immediate words to... Alright, give me a moment. Hello, Summoner. Yes, good task. What want? Please tell. Whoa, busy. Busy, very busy day.
Indeed. Well, the job is simple. We've got a battle coming up, and we need to scout out what the area is going to look like. You, my dear, shall be my mount.
Mount, can do. Yes, somewhat less dignified, but definitely accomplished within parameters. Also have side projects. Would you like to... And it just pulls out a pamphlet.
I slowly take the pamphlet and read it over.
Adam, this is one of your, this is one of the papers that you give out to people who want a franchise in your business.
Oh. Hey, wait a minute here. Are you redistributing
You
these?
said you had business in hell.
Did you just take my card and just cross out the name Adam and write wasp on it?
That's not 100% what's happening. This is essentially like blueprints and like essentially the paperwork for opening the Golden Hawk restaurant, I think you called it. Opening a branch of that on the 88th district in Malphite.
Yeah.
Third layer.
All right. That checks out.
Would like founding spot, limited time offer, FOMO, founder's plaque, Jade talent, scripts, orichalcum, money, currency. Yes, need funding, workers, hire workers. Need also music. Need music to repel silent wind.
Yeah, I think we could work something out, but I'll focus on the task at hand, and I'll get you back with my contractor.
All right. So the complication of this interest is, while it will be doing the task, Gavel did not specify what it couldn't do. So the entire thing, it is going to be shelling its business franchisee to all of you.
I can accept that.
It will not be able to shut the fuck up about the new restaurant it's opening and all the different coming attractions it'll have.
That's okay. I got words for that on days. I
advertisement.
can keep her busy. It's fine.
I'm about to kill that thing if it
Don't.
keeps on talking about it.
Don't.
You're going to do no such
You will
damn
not.
thing.
This is a huge.
I won't, because it's too beautiful.
This is huge for me. You don't understand. You know how many? You know how much we can fucking split on this? This is real. This is a real business opportunity we're talking here.
2 gold.
Gold not used as currency. What stupid. Too important in engineering and also scarcity. Silver much better. Yes, yes, yes.
See?
We can discuss economics another time.
Talking some major sense. Yeah. Let's focus on the task.
Gold standard, lie. Fiat currency, much better idea.
Right.
My dear, if you would, I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna say that this wasp can really only fit one.
And that will be me.
All right. So, do you want to check out? You really only have time for one thing before certain other things come to a head. Do you want to check out the stump or the head?
Let's check out the head. The head would seem like a pretty good advantage point, so we'll check out that.
All right. I'm using the.
Okay, give me-
I'm using the moat to help the.
Very important. I was just about to
Navigate.
ask for a navigate roll.
All right. Here
Oh,
is.
navigate then let's let Adam do the navigating then. Then hold on.
Give me a finesse plus navigate roll with Adam's rating instead of yours.
Which is
then.
3.
Okay, you have a 3. Okay, that I can work with. With finesse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. That is a 5.
Difficulty
in
5.
navigation.
Difficulty 5 to avoid getting shot down.
Hell yeah.
So you managed to
Thank
not get shot
goodness.
down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness sakes alive.
Okay. The first thing that you notice upon an approach is that the top of the skull cap appears to have been hollowed out.
Okay.
And looking up, it seems to be there's a giant ritualistic circle inside, like the chamber at the very back of the skull, like near where the spine would connect, that appears to have been ritually linked to connect up to. And you see like little gossamer thin bands of essence leading toward where the sun is supposed to be in normal creation, but is instead replaced by a giant artificial stone sun-like construct. Essentially, you're looking at a mini Dyson spear replacing the sun.
Okay.
And Lythander, as a necromancer, would be able to tell you that since there is no sun in the underworld, no one knows what the fuck time is. Especially since ghosts can just kind of phase out of existence and pop in years or decades later. So, as a social construct, the rulers of the underworld, the dual monarchs, constructed the calendar of Satesh as a timekeeping system / rules of social contract for all the undead.
Makes sense.
So this is a place of power meant to link up to the calendar in order to power something. Out of character, it's powering the construction of the warstrider, the Gundam.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Now, the success means that the second all the guys shot you, the wasp is able to avoid all of the arrows that come slinging your way from the various angry skeletons that are guarding it armed to the teeth at the teeth.
Yep.
Good thing, packed armored shield, and also protective gear. Yes, would be bad if Entrepreneur was shot down, would be returned to the leaser, Octavian bad customer. Yes, very bad.
What, did you get that from your little store as well?
No, was contract packaging deal with Octavian competitor, quarter prints, not good customer.
I have many things I will teach you at some point, my dear, but now is not the time, unfortunately.
3 easy payments of $5.99. Yes, understand.
That is not what I meant, dear, but alright.
Wait, how many payments of $39.95?
Currency difference? Exchange rate between Malfeast and Creation, not very good. Difficulty in product exchange, traveling to hell. Getting in, out, very difficult. Understandable cross-desert 5 days.
So all that I see here is just this little power construct thing?
You also see what appears to be, the sniper from earlier. You actually are getting a good look at him. You only really caught him in silhouette because of how dark the cave is. He looks kinda... His skin has a bluish tinge to it, and not in the not in the James Cameron's Avatar. His skin is literally blue. It looks like he has been holding his breath for weeks.
Does he see me?
Let's roll. He does not.
All right,
Okay.
so
I'm going to take a mental note of this. That he is here.
Interesting factoid of the day. Did you know that in nature, most animals can't actually physically produce an actual blue pigment in their coloration?
Huh.
They actually use a sort of layered connection of scale-like feathers or material in their own composition to simulate the color blue when light hits it.
Huh.
There's only one animal that can actually produce blue, and it's a butterfly.
What about chameleons?
They can't either.
Interesting. Well, either way, this guy seems to be an exception of it with the bluish tinge to the skin. He appears to... Because he failed on his perception roll, you could actually get a close enough look to see that there's a bit of a mismatch in his body. One of his arms is incredibly thin and spindly and bony and corpse-like, and the other appears to have been built like a roided-out bodybuilder.
Oh goodness. Okay.
And they do look like they came from 2 totally different people. The skin are completely different colors. One is Gavel pale white, and the other one is if someone is Middle Eastern in skin tone, sun-kissed.
Okay.
And held in both arms is a staff, and the staff is moving.
Oh. Now it's time for Gavel's eternal question. Does she engage, or does she just keep this in mind for later?
Well, great curse consequence if you want to have that happen. Or we can have that later.
You know what? Now would be a great as time as any, I suppose. Alright, so for the great curse, I did indeed... Actually, no, I didn't. Hold on, let me go back to the page.
Page 77, I think, is when the Infernal Breaks were listed?
74.
Okay.
But I believe the one I was going to choose was Heaven Challenging Thunder. And that is, for the viewers at home, the Infernal demonstrates their supernatural power over the world, employing whatever the most obvious and impressive powers they possess to overawe those in their presence. Anything they do will be accomplished with mystical power, if at all possible. Doors will be blown open by bolts of essence. Crowds will be dispersed by dread magics. Messages will be delivered by carving the earth with summoned demons. Heaven challenging Thunder ends prematurely if the Infernal's efforts cause major setbacks for their immediate plans.
Side note for how this works: your devil body incarnation is automatically activated.
Mm-hmm.
And how this works in the narrative is you see this guy and you see he is, on one hand he's fiddling with the staff, on the other he's using it as a prop to write a letter on.
Mm-hmm.
And zooming in, you recognize the handwriting. This is the fucker who was challenging you. Challenging you!
Oh boy.
So the infernal essence and frustration of being so crudely brushed off by the gazelle carp fucker from before is now boiling over, and of a wants to show this guy who's boss, essentially, because he was the one who is who sent you a call-up post on magictwitter.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yep.
all right, so do you want to represent this by like starting to charge at him, or just yelling at him, or like direct, or doing projectiles, or social influence, or accepting his challenge, or whatever?
I think at this point, the moment Gavel sees that the handwriting is basically 1-to-1, the Great Curse will obviously activate. She'll Devil Trigger without basically realizing it.
Ouch!
And
Very
just-
much heavy. Careful.
and basically yell at him, "Bastard!"
Stops writing. Looks up at you. His eyes are both milky, as if they've been covered over in cataracts. Ah, you got my letter, did ya?
She's gonna get closer. She's gonna be intimidating, like stomping as best as she can
Okay,
over.
with one hand, he motions for the guards to not shoot you down.
Mm-hmm.
Stands up, dusts off his clothes. He is dressed in what appears to be pimped out monk robes.
Mm-hmm.
They have various badges and trophies stitched into them. Very much
Gotcha.
not a monk. Appears to just be using their clothing for some kind of aesthetic. You must be the general of the people Eternal Stigmata is fighting. Good to know. What's your name?
My name is gonna be none of your damn business. However, I will admire the set of balls that you have for sending me such a letter.
Good to know, none of your damn business. Well, if you got the letter, you should know what I want then. See if you can get a good
Yes.
challenge going. You and me?
You wanted this to be a one-on-one.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I thought you wanted a war, not a duel. What the hell are you on about?
You're not too familiar with the old laws of the underworld, are you?
I'm more of the, quick and easy, break everything in sight sort of gal, you see.
See, the issue with that is, unless you got a spare exalt on you, killing people that are already dead, it's hard, you see? So duels of champions are pretty common in resolving disputes, because, hey, if it's a duel towards that extent, they'll just reform in a year and a day, right?
I suppose so.
And besides, killing you people would be a bit of a waste, so see if we could get this resolved in a more gentlemanly-like way.
She kind of bites her lower lip at his particular phrasing.
Yeah, my mistake. Let's get this resolved like civilized people, then.
All right. As much as this will pain Gavel, she's going to extend a hand as sort of a formal, we will start once the handshake.
Gavel, make a fortitude integrity roll. And this is not
Yep.
this is not an anti-mind control thing. I've seen other games use integrity as remembering rolls.
Okay.
So this is more if you recognize anything about him.
So this is a fortitude plus what?
Integrity.
Integrity. Oh, I only have one in that. This is gonna be interesting. 40. Four.
Holy shit, you succeeded on it. Takes you a bit to moment, and you don't even realize it until you've already flown away from him, but there's a birthmark on his hand that looks familiar.
Oh.
And it's specifically on the little spindly arm. And then you fly
Okay.
and then you fly away with the Like the little like bone white circle around one of his knuckles. Looks oddly like similar to something Lythander has. As a matter of fact, looking back on it, he had the same tooth thing. Like the snaggle tooth that is his tail.
Okay. Interesting.
So, going back at Lords then, why don't we use the Palm City as our meeting point then?
Sure, just one question. What's that mark on your hand? Where'd you get that?
Oh, the previous occupant. It came slightly used.
Oh, I see. You wouldn't have happened to have a sort of a receipt or a name for that corpse, would you?
I'm gonna have him make a roll with his tertiary pool. His bad one. Let's see. This came from a lunar, that much I remember. But something about Sething? Seething? Something like that?
Okay.
Yeah, it don't matter. This is part of my job it's part of the payment for this gig anyway.
Hold on, let me write that down out of character in my notes real quick.
Yeah. It's not like I'm super partial to this bastard either, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do to make ends meet.
Similar to Lythander. Hold on. Currently being occupied by Sniper Man. Okay. I see. Okay, well, good of answer as any, I suppose.
Oh, right, names. Selection's Cruel Hand.
Select Gavel.
Well, Gavel, I'll see you later.
Right, selections Cruel Hand. No, if I can spell cruel right. There we go. Alright, I'm guessing he's just gonna walk off at this point.
Oh no, he's still sitting there writing.
Okay. Gavel spits on the ground and then goes back.
As you go back, you see him collecting the spit.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna regret that later. All right. But Gavel's gonna return back to the Wasp, doing any sort of magical encouragement to sort of put in awe to the skeleton warriors that are nearby, as well as to the jaded to the jeweled wasp.
Ah, good. Yes, advertising time. Thank you for floor space. Yes, very good conference. And as you fly away, like it starts to shed jewels from its body, and the jewels are interlaced and tied into more pamphlets for Adam's restaurant business.
Business is always booming, ladies and gentlemen.
Business is always booming.
So Gavel's re-arrival at the camp is preceded by a flurry of more advertisements as she, still in her super mode, by the way, gets off and trudges back toward everyone else.
Still causing fissures in the ground of carvings of torments to be inflicted upon the enemy of various degrees and various body parts.
Can help, need someone to talk to? No, Neomana, who could help with good time. Not sexual, but just emotional, yes.
Not interested.
So I sent them.
So, initially how this was going to work is for the duel, they succeeded on this step of the war, by the way, since no one opposed it yet. Gavel has -1 soak for the duel.
Yep, that is fair.
And this is going to be a one-on-one fight, but you guys can participate on the sidelines via helping with build power.
Okay.
Neither force can directly attack another without consequences of the other battle groups being put into there. And let's go into... I don't have a map for this session, but we could do we could zoom in on this hand and do additional detailing.
That sounds good to me.
All right. So, wait, Lythander didn't do a war action yet. Is there anything you want to do?
Not that I can think of.
Are you... Nothing I can really think of either at the moment.
I wonder.
Yeah, you already had a big moment at the end of the
Yeah.
last session with the memory flashback. You could step out of the
Yeah,
spotlight for a few
absolutely.
minutes if you want and just
Yeah.
take care of that cough you were having. All right, zooming in on the city. Lythander gave a very brief description of the lab he was in, but going in on it, this was once a majestic place. You could see faded paint over all the buildings and modern-ish looking skyscrapers as we would know them, but to you they're just giant towers of glass. It is a very strange, like, post-apocalyptic-ish setting. Like, it looks like the ruined city near Automata a lot, but slightly more low-tech.
The cathedral.
Okay.
The secret cathedral door.
No, god damn it. I should have thought before mentioning that. Now they're gonna be all sorts of theorizing in the comments. We're not connected to Yoko Taro!
Says who? I've streamed near Automata.
Besides that, anyway. The buildings are at a slight angle on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And actually, as you're getting there, there is a crack in the middle of the palm bones. This hand is broken.
Balls.
Oh. Goodness, someone really did a number on this guy before
Hell
he
yeah.
died.
Hey, Lythander, you
Yes,
want to use that
please.
perfect memory to find out what happened?
Yes, Papa.
Flashing backward a little. Having some first age visions, especially now that all the memories of current age incarnation is still memory stolen. It's your first age stuff that you have perfect recollection of now, though. So you could see an individual with a golden sunburst on their forehead. David and Goliath facing off like this with Shadow of the Colossus. Except this is a bit further inland, near where Kandahar is located today on the world map, the Empire Prasad. He jumps up, and up, and up, and up, and punches this giant square in the jaw, and it feels it. This is the Circle's Dawn, the warrior. As she continues to do well on this guy, it is trying in vain to put up more of a fight, but there is a solar brawl, or in this edition, close combat charm, that lets you ignore legendary size on a creature. So you could fight it just like you would any other guy of your height. And the charms aren't a thing in the universe, but this is absolutely someone at the top of their game beating the living shit out of whatever this behemoth was. Just dashing around it like, essentially like, fighting the Ozaru in Dragon Ball Z very much. Can't really fly so much as landing, hyper jump, slam, landing, hyper jump, slam. Just going to town on it, like just like full cowling one for all or whatever. And eventually starts getting waggered and woozy doing the fatality swagger. And he punches its arm off and reaches in and tears out an organ of some kind.
Oh my goodness sakes.
And then for the coup de grace, he smashes the organ into its face. And that is what knocked it all the way towards the coast and killed it.
Some Metal Gear Rising level stuff right there.
That's the Dawncast for you!
Yep.
So, a few moments of recollecting back, you saw a sick-ass cutscene, Lythander.
Cool
I am
cutscene.
going to say... So the Dawncast, if you know who they are, they killed this thing. And I think it was only one of them.
Yeah.
You know, like, boom,
You know,
pow,
like, yeah.
cha-cha-cha. If you
Well, another person... Well,
Cha-cha
another
real
person
smooth.
might die here, so... Guess they'll need a bigger grave.
True that.
Well, ma'am, can't kill what's already dead. Didn't I tell you that?
I'm aware.
He's standing on top of one of the buildings. Just kind of very casually slouch against what we would know as a radiator.
You're not one for damn theatrics, are you?
Oh, no, you pegged me all wrong, ma'am. I'm a big fan of theater!
I don't think.
Jumps off of it, bones break, onto landing, immediately reheal.
That's a very nice trick there.
Spending a mote on showing off.
Weirdly.
What happens if we were
weird
to break
flex,
them
but
again?
Okay.
And again?
And heal him
Doesn't it
again.
hurt?
Alright, heal him again.
Okay.
Yeah!
Alright, you have asked for this.
Makes me feel alive!
Alright, you have asked for this. I'm pulling out the Tails Got Trolled fucking copy pasta.
Except instead of just disappointed, this guy is all actively, yeah, I broke all my bones 50 times, let's fucking go!
Oh.
Cruel.
I've heard stories of people like you before. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
Everyone make a, he is settling, with the way that his staff is moving, everyone make a close combat roll. See if you can identify what kind of tricks he's got in terms of martial arts, because that is a stance he is settling into.
So here it is.
Any specific attribute?
So here it is.
Finesse.
Finesse, thank you. That is a 6. All right.
Which I am surprised I got a 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, as much as you could figure he's got some fancy
what?
stick moves, Lythander. Wait a minute, is that your fucking arm?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's your fucking arm!
Why does he have my arm?
How did that get there? My arm.
Oh, I forgot to mention that part. Yeah, so apparently, in accordance with him dueling me, I'm assuming if he wins, he gets to keep that arm from his previous...
Oh, no, I
outfit.
already have the arm. This is from a prior arrangement.
Oh, well, yes, as he said then. Apparently the name of the person who was previously had that body was named Seething, or something akin to that.
Can I have it?
So we might have a lead on discovering your past life.
He does not recognize Lythander.
Okay. What do I glean from the 6 successes?
This is laughing monster style.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is essentially distilled from watching the dreams of those stolen by the fair folk and the fair... It is the fair folk martial art. It is derived from studying them and learning to move, act, think, and fight like a fair folk.
Mmm.
It is one of the even weirder, wackier martial arts in the setting. I would say that it's not as weird as any of the SMAs. It's up there with the Gazelle Carp shit, though.
Oh, okay.
And this staff, as you can see, it is, now that you get a closer look at it, it is in fact made of moon silver. It is moving. So basically what he's done with Lythander's arm is he has used a charm for liminals called, I forget the exact name, but he took his arm and took his resonance with it. So he is now resonant to moon silver.
Interesting.
Which means he is going to be able to do some shit with that he normally could not unlock.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What's it? Gavel's going to crack her knuckles, and since she is in her demon form, her energy hands are going to crack their
crack her knuckles and then break her bones
alongside.
again.
Oh my goodness sakes.
Gavel's in time prison for 10 million years.
Sorry.
She feels like it every time she has to wake up to this campaign.
Oh no!
To this war campaign, I should say.
Every day I wake up in FateBreakers! Punches wall, cries. Well then, shall we begin? Gavel-chan! Majima's theme starts playing.
Yeah, let's go. The sea view, the mad type. Let's fucking go.
Gavel and Cruel Hand roll off for initiative, join battle.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, this is the duel.
This is the duel.
What do I roll for that?
How would you be getting ready for this fight?
Let's see. I would imagine probably eyeing up her. If this is a duel, like a proper duel, she'll be eyeing up her opponent, trying to figure out muscle structures, sort of get an idea of the type of stance that her opponent would use, and as well as just basically trying to figure out, is there any obvious looking weak points or any sort of features on on her opponent's body that could be manipulated for her advantage.
Okay, that's an awareness roll for this then. So force plus
That would
awareness.
be Force plus awareness. All right. 2.
You actually tied an initiative.
How?
I don't know. He rolled pretty badly on 4 more dice, 10v6.
Neat duel.
Oh my goodness.
It's the lack of weaknesses that you could think of that immediately pop out to you. Everyone has their little tells and stuff. This guy very conspicuously either has no tells or is using some kind of internal, like, mental technique that is definitely magic to hide any kind of tells and weaknesses.
Lovely.
This is someone who is pretending to be a fool to accomplish much more. He's playing the idiot.
He is basically hyping himself up through false bravado. Okay.
Not quite that. More,
Oh, not quite.
he's pretending to be an idiot, but he's actually more dangerous than he looks.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
All right, so everyone else can also, because you tied, players do usually go first, so I'll let you guys have the first move. You guys,
Okay.
Lythander and Adam can't help through build power and other non-combat gambits, like distractions and whatnot.
All right.
That's
here's... I can actually do something like that.
Okay.
Spend 2 motes. The Solar may attempt to distract Gambit with a 2 dice bonus, and then immediately follow with a ring attack. Does that work?
Okay, you can't attack him, but in this, unless you want to cause consequences, because he does have a big ass battle group of skeletons behind him, watching.
Okay. In that case, let me see here.
But you can do the distract with the bonus if you want with that.
I can also. Isn't there like a combat action that takes integrity? Because I have an excellency for integrity. I can use that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, the freebie excellency.
Yeah. I decided to take it after getting hit with the poison.
Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Gotcha. It could be under one of the build power actions.
Wait a minute.
Focus.
Wait a minute.
But that only works for yourself for building power.
Wait a minute. Spend 2 motes on step 1 to supplement either a decisive attack or social influence action. Can I do a social influence action?
You can. You could do a shouting, ratio him.
I'd like to ratio him with the tails got trolled as shadow copy pasta and make fun of him.
All right. So what exactly do you want to say to him as they are getting ready to fight? What do you got to tell Cruel Hand?
All right, let me see here. Let me see if I can think of something. If you'd like to act before me,
I'm just gonna try.
you can do so, Cora, because I need to think of something to say.
You can't really attack without engaging the enemy army, because at the moment this is a duel.
Unless you want to get yourself
I'm
into
just
some
trying to think
serious
of
bad
what can I
business
actually.
with
So
a
we
lot of
can't
different
do anything to help.
spirits and gods.
Actually, wait a second. I have inspire abilities. Yeah, but I
you
think I
can,
have
you
an
just-
ability that can give you
Yeah, you could use that.
You just can't physically harm him.
let me proc greatness inspiring aura. Wait, do I actually have
Greatness
that?
inspiring
I-
aura, yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
You do. That was one of the
There we go. Commit
that was
one
one of the
mote for the
starting
scene.
terms.
The Exalt adds 2 success bonuses to inspire rolls to build power. Allies within short range who have a positive intimacy towards the Exalt may use her performance or presence when making their own inspire actions, drawing on the Exalt's own elegance. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to roll to inspire Alad.
Go ahead. Go with a give
Yeah,
me a
it's
force
performance,
plus
presence, so-
presence.
And force
Wait,
you
or is
said-
it presence or it's a presence charm?
Alright,
yeah?
so that'd be 10d.
Performance roll then.
7 successes. So I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Gavel,
I'm just
gain 4
extremely
power.
tired.
Oh my goodness! All right. Oh no, that's
Yeah,
that-
if you want to,
that
what you
will
could,
work.
if you want to, you could like conjure a little cloud of glass butterflies for her, or shapeshift into the last fucker you beat to the last undead you beat up. You could do Sky Sundering Shadow and do some mugging to the camera to show what happened to the last person who tried to style on you.
All right.
All right, Gavel, what do you want to do as the first move? You have 4 power to
Oh
start with.
goodness. All right, I have. Okay, so I'm gonna. First thing I'm going to do is use Fists of Iron technique.
Okay.
So I'll spend a mode on that. Let's see. I will now make my unarmed attacks into heavy weapons.
Okay.
And what's it? The 2 tags I'll do will be flame and piercing.
All right.
All right. And with that, is there anything else I can do? I don't have any will, so we're not gonna do that right now. I think besides that, hold on, let me see. No, I'm not gonna do that. All right, then I think I'm just gonna try and punch him in the face to start off.
Is
Like
this
a,
all right?
like a
Is
sucker punch.
this withering or
almost.
decisive?
This will be. Let's do decisive.
All right. He does have a hardness of 4, so you can do that.
All right, hold on. Actually, if it's decisive. Actually, no. We'll save that for later. But all right, decisive. And that would just be. I'll say for this kind of attack, it would be a force attack since I'm basically either sucker punching or Superman punching this guy in the face.
Okay.
Let's see. So force plus close combat. That would be 6.
He is spending a mote on Leaf in the Wind to increase his defense by 1,
Okay.
which is a universal athletics charm if memory serves.
Right. Let's see. I'm just double checking to make sure if. No, okay, that should be fine. 4 successes.
Not enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm thinking here.
Oh no, wait, that's not how that charm works. But either way, his defense is 5, so that misses.
Yeah, that still misses.
Would virtue poison even be anything cool here?
It might. This is a duel. This, in addition to this being a punch-out fight, there's another factor to this fight that will become apparent shortly
Right.
when he gets his turn.
Okay.
So you go in for the sucker punch. He doesn't seem to move. The staff, however, does, and it wiggles into the shape of a bow to block the hit. As you are punching a magical metal, and ow, 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 even with the magic Fists of Iron, that really hurts. That's still made of fucking moon metal. Ouch,
Okay.
that's hard.
So before I start, I send in like a. And by the way, for as far as social actions go, what can I do here?
You could start via arena. All the social influence in this system all keys off of intimacies. So in order to do that, you would need to start doing some read intentions on him to try and figure out what this guy's aim is, what exactly he's doing.
Okay.
And also reading on context clues and things I've said in character as him.
All right. I'd like to read. I'd like to do that. And he's a bit of a showman. He likes to make a show. He's very proud of his regeneration ability. And what's he wearing?
He is wearing tricked out monk's clothing.
Could you describe it a bit more than that?
It is trinkets of. That could play into part of the role actually, as you're getting a closer look at him.
Okay. How do I? What's the role here?
This is an influence action. So the most common ones they give are embassy, performance, presence, and war. So I'm gonna say that if you are trying to read into him and Pierce's Prasad, no, that's the Empire. Come on, Rex, get it together. This is a presence roll.
Presence. So I don't get to use my excellency, but it's still a 3. So it's not bad.
So force plus presence.
Force plus presence. All right, 7. Okay, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot to... I think I had an extra space there.
That you did. But that's
Okay,
fine.
so you have 3 successes. So learn. What is your goal with this? Because his resolve is 3, so I can give you one of his intimacies if you want.
Yeah, so I'm trying to
Or
figure...
what his goal in this combat
Yeah.
is.
And this doesn't count as
One
a...
or the
This
other.
is not a social action, is it?
It is.
Oh, then 2 motes. Step 1, virtue poison. Anyway, so spend 2 motes on step 1, supplement either a decisive attack or social influence action, suffusing the character's weapon or words with a poison that erodes personality. Virtue poison weakens the target's virtues with an interval of 1 day and a duration of 3 days. And difficulty 5. It first weakens a minor virtue, then a major. Success on the resistance roll negates the effects of an interval. At the end of the duration, the
Actually,
virtues...
that wouldn't really... I don't know if that would make sense on just a read intentions action. It's a special social action. You would need to be saying stuff in order for that to work.
Right.
So if you do a different social influence action based on based on what you learn here, then that could be
Alright, in
used.
that case, yeah. My intention with this is generally to find out, like, what makes this guy click? Like, what's this guy's general, like, what is it? What, because he clearly is a bit of a showman, but I don't really know what makes him, like, what ticks him off. I want to try to provoke him in some way. I want to sort of do a little bit of friendly, mid-fight trash talk.
Okay, I could give that. He has a minor intimacy towards heroes of the Dreaming Sea, weaklings.
An intimacy of weaklings.
He thinks that the people of the Dreaming Sea are soft.
Who are the people of the Dreaming Sea?
Everyone in the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
So as the way that this is gonna come out in the fiction is as Gavel punches, he just and it gets deflected by the staff. He just kind of smirks, soft like everyone else here. Really sad, really really sad. And as he's doing this, he is going to commit 1 mote on the first action of his turn to activate Laughing Monster form.
Oh goodness.
He starts to move incredibly fast. To the point when he is leaving after images behind him, creating the illusion of 1,000 extra arms. His defense increases by 1. He now has a defense of 6. And other stuff that will happen if he successfully defends against future attacks as well. And he is just going to... He's going to do a withering attack on you, but this takes the form of him slapping you in the face with one of the fake arms.
All right.
Hey,
That's real
Rex,
weak, man.
I have a
Come on.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Could I theoretically use Shadow Hands casting to trip him up?
I would allow that, yeah.
Also,
On a
how
future
long is
action.
it that we're in the ring? Is my other.
You mean in terms of turns?
In terms of turns and term of time outside to the 1 day that's inside.
You're not in the ring.
No, I'm just asking if. Oh wait, yeah. I could slip my ring on the Shadow Hand to give to Gavel to then take a minute to recover, which is a full day if need be.
There are complications trying to do that in the middle of combat.
Dang it. Sorry, I'm trying to abuse items that you've given me.
You could use the Shadow Hands casting just fine. The ring inside of combat, even if you do manage to put inside, there may be capital C consequences depending on what this guy does. Because as a Liminal Exalt, he does resonate naturally with Soul Steel.
Okay.
Which is what the ring's made of, in addition to the Moonsilver. All right, so yeah, how this is going to work is, yeah, so as he's doing this, he commits one mote. Oh no, he can't do that. He already used a step 1 action. Ah, yes. On step 4 of the action, he is going to lean in really close to your face and just kind of breathe. Out of character, as he is slapping you, he's using breath-tasting ward.
Oh, goodness.
Absorbing the pneuma of their enemy respires as they attack the Liminal. The Exalt gains a greater understanding of their enemy and their movements. Commit one mode on step 4. The Liminal learns a virtue or intimacy they didn't know their attacker possessed. And the attacker suffers a 1 success penalty on attacks and damage rolls as long as this is active.
Oh, goodness sakes.
In this case, I am ruling that he is going to learn the intimacy of I must defeat corrupt rulers.
Oh, okay.
He knows that he takes your breath and it's essentially skimming the surface level of your thoughts and ideals.
Mm-hmm.
And now he rolls for the actual attack.
Uh-oh.
What's your defense? This is withering, though.
This is withering. Let's see. With the heavy thing, it's 5, so he still hits.
Mm-hmm. This is an artifact weapon he's slapping you with, so
Yep.
it has an overwhelm of 3, so he gains 3 power.
Okay.
Let me double check to make sure there's not a power booster he can use from that. Although I think it's a little late. No, that's a step 1 thing. He would have to continue doing this combo in the future. So for now, he just gains 3 power for the sake of fairness. As you turn your face back up after he slaps you in the face with a giant metal moonsilver rod. I see that you're one of those kinds of people, aren't you? One of those big crusaders of justice. Kid, you got no idea what justice is, or what the real people you gotta fight are. But I'll learn ya. I'll learn ya. New round. Who wants to go first?
I'd like to shit talk him.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is a special social action. I don't know if it is. I don't know even what to roll for it. But basically, I want to go and just look at him and go, "Hey, you! Yeah, you! Wearing the trash bag. That's right. Think we're soft, do you? Well, I suppose we ain't strong, but we don't need to be to take on a musclehead like you, you big moron. You can't even fight. You can't even bring back what you had. Look at that. Nobody's ever heard of what you could do. Your people barely even exist. You can blame us for being weak all you want. It won't bring anything back. You're just a sad little man living out in bitterness. And that's all you'll ever be."
Okay, go ahead and this is a presence is usually the convincing someone to do something thing. So go ahead and give me a presence roll, force,
Oh, boy.
and add a stunt.
All right, presence roll, force, add a stunt. So 9, 10, and virtue poison.
Okay.
Fucking 6.
6 successes.
What exact? Now, let me go to the
I'm trying to.
influence.
Essentially, I'm trying to make to be like, you think we're weak, but I think, but from where I'm standing,
Jedi
from where I'm standing, everyone else is much stronger than you. Yeah, the people in this position are in fact much stronger than you because they have much further up to climb.
So you are trying to instill an intimacy into
I'm
him,
trying
then?
to trying to instill an intimacy of like insecurity onto him, basically.
Of himself?
Yeah, in himself, of doubter fear.
So he has a resolve of 3, so that does overcome it.
Uh-huh.
He actually does have a major virtue though, and he is tapping that to. He's not going to develop an insecurity, but the virtue poison might take hold.
Cool.
So that's how I'm going to rule that this happens is... I'm not right sure where you're getting all your facts from, kid. Got a little bit of wires crossed. See, I ain't really of a specific people. Unless you count the old woman, but... Gods know where she is right now. Anyway, you see his speech starting to slow a little, though, as the fair folk magic that you kind of laced into the air is kind of seeping into his system a little. So you do not manage to make him insecure about himself, but you do manage to slip in the personality poison.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Battle's already half won.
Ish. All right, who wants to go next? You want to try and trip him or something, Lythander?
Let's see. I'm just trying to think. Could theft of memory be funny with shadow hand casting?
It could. It really could.
Oh, wait, hold on. I wonder.
I didn't even think about that, but man, it could.
I'm gonna try that.
Okay, go ahead and give me build will. Use excellencies or anything else if you want.
Okay. I can use any for build will. It's any attribute, right?
Any attribute sagacity. I didn't even consider the fucking memory charm. This could lead to some funny conclusions. Oh my god!
I gain enough power.
That is 10. You hit the will cap. That's also a cap of. Wait, no, 7 will, but still enough to cast a spell and have 4 will left over because it's only a 3.
Baller.
Yeah, and let's see. Now it's finesse plus sagacity, which finesse isn't my strong suit. But do I get a stunt for it? Is my question.
Yes, you do. Anything that makes me laugh that hard gets a stunt, man.
Alright, I'm gonna also spend another mote to make this 15 d10s again.
Okay.
5 successes, which actually is the amount of successes needed for it to work.
Is it?
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is against a difficulty. It's not against, this isn't an opposed roll thing?
To roll to seal the character's memory of an event or character up to proof. The standard difficulty is 5.
Okay, yeah, so that does succeed. What memories are you trying to aim for?
His next couple of moves that he has thought out ahead of time. Because those aren't necessarily important. Or highly important to him, so... I'm stealing his memory of what he'd be his thoughts on what he'd be doing next.
Digging away from his gray matter. Okay. Unfortunately, rather than stealing his actual moves, what you do end up is... He is taking a hard bargain to, instead of... he has a specific charm for this, custom to him. Instead of accepting social influence, you're going to deal damage to him.
Oh.
This doesn't count as attacking.
Okay, thank God.
Instead of stealing his thoughts, the shadow hands tip up to the tip of his skull, touch the crystal against his head as Gavel has him locked in this dance of sidestepping and slap-offs. He pauses, and then tendrils of blood vessels erupt from the back of his head and pull out a icy bit of his own brain and shove it into the hand to knock it away.
Oh my goodness.
You got some of his brain. You picked his brain. Just more literal than you thought.
Fun fact, I have
Little
enough
off the
to do
top.
this again, though.
A little off the top.
I can do this.
He takes a health level of damage from this.
Woo!
He can refuse social influence in exchange for losing a health level.
Oh.
If you play your cards
Wait.
right, you could literally talk him to death.
Gonna talk me to death.
Don't give me such ideas.
Yeah, so there might be some memories in there. You would just need to manually access it instead of stealing
Wait,
it.
is he technically a ghost?
He is undead.
Oh! I
Yep.
can I steal 10 years of his memory, then.
Maybe you do, yeah.
No, that's the thing about necromancy against a ghost.
Well,
Oh,
he's not a
okay.
ghost. He's undead.
Okay.
He's undead.
Similar things, just
Different kind of
slightly
undead.
different. Got it.
You could get more memories, just not the full 10 years.
Okay.
All right, so Gavel, what you want to do now? You
Oh,
You are now
goodness.
down to 3 power. You lost 1 from missing the decisive attack.
Indeed. Hold on. At this point, since he's just going around like basically like a Dragon Ball Z character at this point, Gavel's going to basically try and use more of a dexterity attack to try and hit him whenever he's going to appear at next.
Okay.
Considering she's been slapped around so often, I imagine she'll probably at least have a decent idea.
Yeah.
So, alright, I will do a finesse close combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 successes, darn it.
This was withering?
Yes.
Unfortunately, all the illusory arms block each one of your strikes, each one assuming a different kata to block, 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 even with the extra... But you all have so many extra arms, but they're all blocking each other. It's just kind of an arm mosh pit right now. Actually, does he do that thing again, where he learns more of your intimacies? It's a defensive charm, so I think he can. He's spending another mote. He's at 4 now. He's also Essence 2.
All right.
In this case, it is the Grudge Against Heaven he's learning about. Priests who speak for heaven cannot be trusted. Breathes in more of the breath, just... Oh, that's a bit more like it. You see, those bastards upstairs are a pretty big problem, don't get me wrong. You have no idea where he's getting this information from, by the way. It's like he's reading your mind. He is just speaking out loud. He is pulling the breath from your thoughts.
Gavel's not going to say anything, because she knows this is not the time for this kind of thing. It's time to fight.
He's doing a Metal Gear speech in the middle of this, though.
Indeed he is.
I got on the floor to resist.
Gavel's very much aware of this. Gavel's very much aware of this. She's just not going to respond.
See those bastards upstairs? They are a bit of an issue. But you gotta learn to prioritize, kid. Come on! And with that, he is committing another mote.
Oh no, he's committing tax fraud again.
That's later. His anima is now glowing pretty good by now. You see that... now, I am making some slight changes to liminals to make them a bit more evocative. They have all these like weird little cat-like aspects that I am changing to just reflect the underworld elements, because that's what they were when they were initially introduced at the very end of 2nd edition, and I find it more interesting to make it a void aspect rather than just a breath aspect. So, you see that there is just spots of vacuum around him. Your hands are getting slowly pulled towards him, and you see air start to physically rush in around him, sucking up all the dirt and cobblestone around him. He is a void aspect.
Okay.
Avoid him at all costs.
Well, he's avoiding you with how Laughing Monster works, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, so after that, he is spending a lot of his motes right now. He only has 3 to work with right now. He's not gonna use that. He is... Oh yeah, Shit, I need to get a better, closer look to the kinds of stuff he is working with. Yeah, he's doing that. He's committing another mote for the scene to activate Cyclic Scythe. So, in addition to all the void, his entire body just sprouts up moss.
Oh, goodness.
At first, this seems a bit out of character. Like, wait a minute, if he's focused around death, why is he... And then all the moss starts rapidly recomposing and dying, and fungi start sprouting up all around him. This is all in the span of split seconds. Things constantly living and dying all over this guy's body like it's a fucking garden.
Okay.
He is activating the powers of life and death. And he can spend a health level on attack steps to generate 3 additional power or add 3 dice on decisive attacks.
Oh, goodness.
That's a lot.
And in addition to this, for his free movement action, he is stepping back to medium range from you. Unfortunately, this does not decrease his attack range because this staff, being a shapeshifty, it's like the power pole, extends his range. He can do close combat attacks from medium range with this. Alright, he is going to, he generated 3 power last time. He's going to try again with the withering attack. He's spending another health level for this, I should note.
Oh my goodness sakes.
6 successes. What's your defense?
It is 5, so he gets that.
He gets the base of 3 from Overwhelm, in addition to 3 more from from the cyclic scythe he just activated. So he is now at 9 power.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god.
He is just kind of whacking you silly all around the wing. Just kind of all these arms coming from different directions, and all of these different taunts and gibbering maws and tooths come out. All right, now. This is what someone who knows what he's doing looks like, kid. Now I heard a bit about you, all the Deadites killing all the gods and doing all the deicides and all that shit. I keep saying you're looking in the wrong directions. This is what someone who's a real threat looks like.
Scary.
Did he just call himself a threat?
Who wants to go next? Yeah, he did.
I mean, he kind of is at this point. I can't get a single hit on him.
So, is it our turns again?
Yeah, it's your turns. This is actually a fight Gavel has a solid chance of losing at the moment.
I
very
would like
much
to
so,
gain
yes.
some more will.
Go ahead. Although you still have enough to cast the spell again if you want to take more of memory.
I could do both, so, I mean, I'm gonna...
You can,
So
yeah.
why not try to build...
Thanks to Shadow
Yeah, I
Hands
was gonna say,
casting.
why not try to build up some more?
What can I even do here to help?
3 successes, so I gain 1. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm at 5. And now I'm going to use Theft of Memory again. Got 5 successes.
All right. Are you trying to steal his next moves again?
I'm trying to steal
or
his
are you trying to
next
steal
moves
different
again.
memories? Let me see how much his health levels are. He does have a charge of Ox Body, so he's a little bit more than usual. He's not going to use that charm, though, this time. Instead, he is going to accept you learning his next moves. This isn't his combat moves you're learning. This is effectively an auto-successful read intentions on what he actually wants out of this. If that's okay with you, Lythander.
So I'm not trying to steal what... I'm trying to steal his intention so that he forgets what he wants to do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And in the process, you learn them. So this is a special.
We're trying to
read
lock him.
intentions,
We're trying to
effectively.
essentially lock him out so that remove some of his advantage. Essentially.
Pretty much.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
exactly
that works.
what it is. Thank you, Chill.
All right, I will tell you what his intentions are as you go into the theft of memory. You see him looking above the construction of the Soul Steel warstrider, all the souls being scrambled and hammered onto the anvil, and this appears to be him with his mask off, so to speak. He actually fucking hates this guy, but he knows he individually is not strong enough to beat him. And there is a brief flashback of him also looking at a fresco of the Death Lord that he is working for, the final glimmer of fallen stars. She appears to be the inverse. There's a physical depiction of her. It's like a person's shadow, but with a red rim around it. Out of character. Final glimmer of fallen stars, as you're learning at this fresco of her, is a living black hole. Or rather, a dead black hole.
Cool.
And he thinks that she is the biggest threat to the region. He thinks that Final Glimmer of Fallen Stars is the deadliest creature in the area, effectively, and the biggest threat to all the people who live here. His goal in this is to convince Gavel to go on a crusade against her. That is what he wants. He is trying to get her to start a holy war on the Death Lord.
Oh boy.
And whether or not that's successful, or whether or not that gets all of the Dadites killed, it's not his problem. If it takes Fallen Star off the board, it works for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what you learn, Lythander, is the motivations for this. And for the moment, because of the combo of the Virtue Poison, he does seem briefly confused as he's fighting Gavel. He has multiple reasons to be doing this fight. You just temporarily removed one, or made him forget about one. So he has there's another reason why he's fighting Gavel as well.
Okay.
He does seem to be a bit less sure of himself as the Virtue Poison is kicking in, but some of the motivation and sheer fervor behind his attacks have dulled as you see him start to swing a bit more slower, and he's starting to... Wait, what? But, is she the one I'm looking for? Looking for what? What? Do you want to share any of that out loud, or, whisper it to, Adam or anything?
Yeah, actually, I'll let Adam know.
Okay. Dramatic silence from Chills, I guess.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Gavel,
Sorry,
what do you-
I had myself muted. Anyway, so he's trying to get us to. So he's trying to convince Gavel to start a holy war against his enemy, which he can't start a holy war. Which he can't just fight himself for some reason. He. You said he's serving someone, but who he actually hates, something like that. Like, am I getting this right?
Is that to me or Lythander?
No, I'm to you. I'm trying to get what you
Okay.
what you meant.
Partially, he's working under contract with this guy. He fucking hates it, but he is essentially trying to get someone strong enough to topple him. He doesn't actually consider himself strong enough to kill Fallen Star. He might be able to handle this guy, but not his boss.
Right. Okay.
He is using Eternal Stigmata as a cat's paw in this, as like part of a game of cat and mouse he's playing against the Death Lord.
Mm-hmm. Understood. I was just trying to figure out how I could get to him, and in that sense of how could I provoke him. But I feel like this is fine. Like I've learned what I could of him.
Maybe able to use it to provoke him in the right ways, depending.
Yeah.
Gavel, what do you want to do with this next fight? Are there any other abilities you want to break out?
Let me see.
It's very important.
The issue.
It's important.
Yeah, the issue is that Gavel's actually.
I'm just trying to say this guy is clearly much stronger than Gavel right now. So what I'm trying to do is if we can sort of make him not want to fight anymore. He essentially will just lose the fight for us instead of having to rely on brute forcing him.
Right, and if you want, Gavel can take her turn while you're workshopping the right arguments to word out. Or you could do more arena intentions if you want to try and figure out more of the shit he's working with.
Actually, I could do that. That might help, actually, considering the rolls he's getting. Alright. I'm going to spend a mote, and I'm going to use Bulwark Stance.
Okay, I'm assuming you bought that at some point, but if not, you could pay that off in post.
What's it? It was one of my first charms that I got.
Okay.
Let's see. And since I have the mode dipping swallow defense, my defense increases by 1.
All right.
So at this point, my defense is at 6. But I think at this, along with that, let me get rid of that. Do that. I think that at this point, Gavel would be like, okay, offensive attacks aren't going to work because of that stupid stick. So she's just going to go into pure defense mode and just basically try to block any oncoming attacks that she might see coming.
That's going to be pretty important because of what's about to happen on his turn.
Yep. What would I roll for that?
Well, Adam goes first, I think.
Oh, Adam goes first.
All right.
Okay.
So, I don't know if this is I don't know what exactly this action would be, right? Because I'm trying to provoke the guy, but I don't know what that counts as in the system.
Well, that could be an influence action, like trying to convince him to do something or reveal something or tip his hand. You could be trying for a persuade action, maybe, like persuade him to stop fighting.
Yeah.
Convince him he's fighting you guys for the wrong reasons, or Gavel's not as weak as she seems, or something like that, or maybe there are better ways to oppose Fallen Star than sicking someone on her in a religious war and so on.
Mm-hmm. And I'm using his virtue to instill some of that insecurity. But yeah, essentially I'm gonna be like I know you said I got some wires crossed, but I meant what I said. You're trying to fight some kind of tyrant on your own. But you think yourself too weak to do it. So you go and push us around, try to wring out whatever strength you can, so we can do your work for you? Coward. You don't deserve half the strength you have. If I were to ask you, if you were to ask me, Gavel's stronger than you'll ever be. Now quit acting like a child and let's talk like real adults.
All right, add a stunt.
And that's I don't know what this would be, but I guess presence.
Presence. Yeah. Force presence.
Force presence 910. Okay, that's a 5.
So he has a base resolve of 3. The major virtue he was using before drops to 3. Sorry, it's dropped to 2. So because of the Solar's winning ties, normally defenders win ties, but because you're a Solar Exalt, you break the tie. So
let's go.
Convincing him he's fighting for the wrong reasons. Here I was just building up for this big, sick attack. He's not stopping right now. He's giving you a few moments to try and provide an alternative plan. All right, then. If trying to train up all these fuckers in this region isn't going to work, what's your idea for fighting Fallen Star, huh?
Well,
how are we going to beat her if not with a Solar Exalt? Leading with all the Celestials leading the charge.
Not all wars are won with swords and guns. We can do this with one brick at a time. Covert operations. Subtle but meaningful movements. If we could tip the scales in a way where we can we can use all the enemy's force against itself, your enemy will already have lost, as they scramble to find any way to gather strength once again. Such is the nature of war. There's more than one way to deal.
I'm going to add an intimacy to his sheet of not all wars can be won with guns and swords. The influence action there is you have successfully managed to convince him that maybe there are alternate ways to accomplish his goals of bringing Fallen Star down rather than just an on-right Zerg rush. Mm-hmm. However, there is the factor of Gavel still being in limit break. Gavel, do you want to stop fighting? With that shit going?
No, she's gonna keep on the defense for right now until he does what he does.
No, what I mean is she disengaging entirely, like, if this fight is over? Or is she giving up because of the thralls of limit break still going?
If this dude stops, Gavel will stop fighting, essentially. But until he's done fighting, she's gonna keep engaging in the fight.
I'm gonna rule that, Adam, long term, this will have repercussions on his plans, but short terms, he still wants to finish seeing this through. If he survives this battle.
All right.
Alright, so he does seem to stop and consider this for a moment. With what you say, maybe you're onto something there. Sneak in, stab her from behind, that might work. Some creepy shit, some sneaky shit like that. But for right now, in the here and now, you're still fighting a fucking Nephrak. And if she's leading the front lines, if she's leading her forces there, she can't be cowering in the defense like that constantly, am I right?
She flips him off with one finger.
Which one? There's so many hands.
Oh yeah. We'll say with the energy hands.
The astral hands, alright.
Yep.
So he will reconsider things in the future, but he is still, because of other intimacies on his sheet, he is still working on this duel in the meantime. You've advanced further towards stopping the duel with words, but you need another check or so to do that. if that works for you, Adam.
Sure.
We can deal with that next turn. For now, it's his move, and all the power he's been charging up for his big hyper move starts with spending 2 of his remaining 3 motes for frenzied action, so he gets 2 actions this turn. This is a antagonist-only power, but the downside is it's hell of expensive. He's down to 1 mote, though he has been regenerating them, so let's say he has 2 right now. So for the first action he's going to do...
Uh-oh.
You know what? Let's just do this trick for fun. I learned it. Let's give it a go. 1 mote for Unitary Being Forge.
I don't like the sound of that.
With enough taunts, the Exalt needs but 1 blow to draw out an enemy's inner demons.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, this is going to be incredibly funny. This is a gambit he is going to be spending, what's your resolve?
My resolve is 3.
This is a difficulty 3 roll then. So
let me double check to make sure there's not anything that would affect that real quick. No. No. All right. Yep, it's 3.
Okay, so he's gonna make a roll for this, a gambit roll. All right, he does succeed.
Barely.
All right, so what happens? All right. He's going to be expelling the intimacy of priests who speak for heaven can't be trusted into a physical form.
Oh no.
So what happens is he slaps you with the staff, pulls it to your head, and out pulling it like a thread of gossamer comes a little cartoon caricature of a monk.
A Scrimblow?
Oh, I'm Gavel, and I think heaven is the biggest threat to creation. Oh, these stuffy bureaucrats are the biggest problem here. Oh. This is your intimacy interpreted through his lens of your priorities being in widely the wrong place.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
all those
right.
daft paperwork people being problems. Oh, all these problems are inside of Destiny, ignoring the real issues here.
He just weaponized a Scrimblow.
Yep.
Shut up. No.
Yes! Conjure Scrimblow!
Oh.
He has used Conjure Scrimblow!
Oh.
Gavel, you're seeing this, by the way.
Oh, I'm very aware. Oh, goodness.
Additional successes on the Gambit may be used or purchased read intentions if they were threshold successes. He is 1 over you, so he's also going to be learning your major ambition. What are your intimacies again?
I must kill wicked rulers and leaders.
No,
I
your
will trust in my
I meant your virtues. Sorry.
Oh, my virtues? My major virtue is justice. Minor is discipline.
He's learning your discipline virtue then.
Okay.
So your convictions and stuff. That you consider that a big part of your personality. So that's his first action with this, is to conjure Scrimblow. And what this actually does is... Doesn't this lower your defenses, or is that in the... no, that is... If it's destroyed with magic capable of permanently killing spirits, the intimacy is weakened 1 step, by the way.
Okay.
This is a way to kill an enemy's emotions by beating the shit out of them.
Okay.
I had a character concept who used this power on people to give them therapy by beating and killing their trauma.
Very nice.
Very cool.
All right, so for his other action, he's going to be using his native charm set instead of the laughing monster form. Well, now that you see how stupid this is? Pointing at the Scrimblow. You think Yushan's the biggest threat to reality? No. Biggest threat's down here in the underworld. With people like me, who won't go easy on you. This is a taste of the kind of shit you'll be up against if you want to change the world. He is going to be doing a decisive attack with 5 power.
Okay.
Let me confirm. This is a specific, some kind of hemorrhaging attack is under the charm name. You might be spending another health level on this. I want to make sure. No, yep, that's the one. 1 Animon, 1 health level. He is down, I believe, 3 health levels now, just via spending them on his own shit.
Goodness sakes.
So he is adding 3 bonus successes to the incoming damage roll.
Oh, boy.
All right, he is going to roll. Your defense is 5, right?
6 with the thing. 6 with, bulwark stance.
There is an auto success on here from the artifact nature of the weapon.
Yep, so that would be 7, so he succeeds.
No, it would just be 6. Defenders win ties, but
okay.
unfortunately the accuracy means that he breaks the tie.
Ah.
So he spent 5 power. The this is a medium weapon. Do medium come with tags? Let me check on your sheet.
Let's see, medium, it does 1 accuracy, 1 damage, 1 defense, and 1 overwhelming.
Okay, so this is the roll with 3 bonus successes in damage via muscle hemorrhaging strength. Is that the name of this charm? Muscle hemorrhaging exertion. So he is harnessing hysteric strength and spending some of his own anima that's been growing more and more. And his entire body erupts like muscular in My Hero.
Oh, goodness.
So this is 5 dice from that, 6 dice from 60-10 with 3 bonus successes, I think. What?
Oh no.
Is that it?
Wow.
Is that fucking all?
Please tell me that is. That would be so
Well, he still has the 3 bonus successes, but
He does, but still.
Very funny.
what's your soak?
Let's see. He lowered my soak by 1, didn't
He
he?
did, yeah, via the call-out.
So I have 1 soak.
Okay, he still deals 2 health levels of damage then.
Okay. Owie.
Ow, ow. Oh, ouchie boo boo, ow,
If the
ow.
soak hadn't been lowered, he would have only covered your minus 0, but he got a bit in there. He cracks your jaw open. Not open, but you feel some joints pop in. Ow, that really hurts. And this time they actually don't lasting damage. That will take time to recover.
That is fine.
All right, who wants to go next?
Um,
The Scrimblow is still there, by the way. It's still chirping and making fun of Gavel and saying like, "Oh, I think that the biggest problem is bureaucrats and the bureaucracy. Paperwork is the big threat to reality nowadays."
Korak, do you have an idea?
I honestly don't know how to go through this situation. That's my big thing right now, is I don't know what would be the best options here.
Well, you've been doing some good detective work and finding and stealing away his motivations for the fight. He has one other intimacy that is keeping him fighting right now.
I am going to try to steal that then. I'll go down to 1 will.
Okay. Go ahead and do the roll to successfully...
13 successes.
Let's
Tell me in detail what you're looking for, my man.
Oh, goodness.
I'm looking for anything and everything. Plans on his plans on assaulting and why he would create this war. I can steal up to 10 years now, baby, leaving him an empty shell from those 10 years.
I mean, he's actually something along the range of 100 years old.
Well, he'll
still.
not remember literally anything because this is stealing, not.
All right, this time he is actually going to... So you can't prevent him from stealing all of his memories, but he is doing the thing that spends his health down to... I think he only has 2 health levels left.
I'm sorry, but this is 13
After using
successes
this to...
on something
Yeah,
that works
so it can't
very
block
good
all-
against undead and ghosts.
Yeah, so he can't block all of it. He's keeping all the memories connected to his intimacies, but everything else, like all the incidental shit, is there. Like all the shit he does not care about, you don't have access to, like a fucking library. And some of that, because of breaking successes, hey, remember the time when you met a character 30 sessions earlier than you were supposed to? Guess what's happening again?
So this is a character that we didn't know about 30 sessions ago or weren't supposed to know things about?
This is a character you would not be learning about until way later normally. Hey, Lythander, remember that picture you had back in the ring?
Yeah.
Remember that little child gremlin?
Lythander is going to point at him. Here, says name.
Oh, no, that's not her.
That's not her. Yeah.
You see her in his memory a couple times though. Way older and way more dead than she used to look.
Are you telling me that he killed my daughter?
May not come on.
No, your daughter is also another undead of some kind.
Okay. Oh.
Face similarly cracked, and there's someone else in there too that pops up once. Actually, make a roll against Arcane Fate. Give me a Fortitude plus Integrity roll, Lythander.
Fortitude plus integrity. I don't think I'm an integral character at all. Let's see.
Hey, Adam, you want to activate the thing for your turn? That gives everyone your integrity bonuses or
Oh
whatever?
yeah, I do.
That would be very helpful.
Sun King Radiance. Commit 1 mote for the scene. Actually, no, hold on. Yeah, it is. Commit 1 mote for the scene. At essence, 2 allies in the same scene and sharing his intent may add the Solar's integrity bonus to their resolve.
Oh, it's just to resolve.
It's just to resolve.
This is an active remembering roll, so you do need the... give me the Fortitude Integrity roll, please. With a stunt, because this is connected to your backstory in a pretty big way.
So instead of 5d10, I'm rolling 7d10.
Against difficulty 5, it is risky, but there is a chance. That is not the right pool. Oh no, that's the previous roll.
Yeah.
All you remember in that person there is a vaguely purple haze. You see another cast mark on this person's forehead. This time it is the sign of Saturn, the maiden of endings. It's another sidereal, but like with the last one, you can't make out their face. It is like they've been through way too many Photoshop filters. Their face is just a blur. You see, there was someone in a room there with them. You see them going up a grand tower up the city of Palanquin. You see them entering a door, and you see him and a few other people leave. Not everyone who went there came back, and they're holding something big in their hands and taking all of their effort to carry it. They went into Palanquin and brought back something capital I important with them. And there is something big there that you know about that you weren't necessarily aware of before. And you hear the word Zenmu.
Zemnis?
In regards... No. He was only there, like, he is visibly much younger in those memories. Like, when you see his reflection in water and polished surfaces and whatnot. You are seeing and stealing the memories of the Zenmu expedition. Capital T, capital Z, capital M, the Zenmu expedition. And now cutting back to the battle.
Mm-hmm.
He wallows in place for a few moments. More of his brain is getting pulled out by the tendrils protecting his actual memories. He is going to form a minor intimacy of anger towards Lythander.
Lythander is also going to gain an intimacy of anger for holding his having memories of his daughter.
Are you making that your major intimacy of rage toward
Yes.
him? As per the bonus? Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
He looks at you, and part of the mask actually slips away, and he does look genuinely angry at you. Stay the hell out of my memories!
Then stay the hell out of our way.
Gavel, you want to go in for a blow?
Do not hit
He's
him.
not yet.
Don't even try
He's not.
to hit him.
He's not gonna hit him yet.
Dramatic rapper crinkling noises. No, it's alright. Gavel, your turn.
Dramatic-
You want to do anything to this guy?
Dramatic cookie crumbling noises.
If I can even do so with how I've been rolling.
This fight isn't as tough as... It's definitely difficult. It's a difficult one-on-one fight, but I expected you to be doing better against him.
Yeah, not
No
really
worries.
the case.
Yeah, unfortunately, the die rolls have not been very permitting toward you.
Yeah, it's okay. We can beat him by making him not wanting to fight.
That is a
Alright.
very valid thing you could do.
It is, but
That is in fact
unfortunately,
what you guys did to SSD.
Unfortunately, Gavel herself does not know enough about this guy to kind of prey on that.
Yeah, the Great Curse is kind of limiting judgment here, too.
Yep. How close is he to me, like, range-wise?
He is medium range from you. He is using special
Medium
moves
range.
to attack you from afar.
Would I be able to get into short range and still be able to attack, or no?
Via Fists of Iron, yes.
Let's see. Which I yet do have. Then yeah, fine, I'll try and go in for another offensive attack.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please be kind. 3 again.
Nope,
for
still
the
blocked.
5th time.
He's not even paying as much attention to you. The person he's dueling to death ? In the ring, as he is glaring at Lythander right now, and he is still able to block your blows.
Yeah, because I keep getting 3s on every offensive attack I make.
He has all but forgotten about this duel by now. He's more focused on the guy who keeps poking in the back of his head.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that. But alright, I guess that's my turn. I have nothing else to do against this guy.
Now, with that out of the way, he is going to look a little disappointed, and then a little bit more satisfied. Oh, they didn't take your jaw clean off. Well, if you can't dish out a punch, I guess you could at least take him. That could be worth something. See if you can do another, though.
Oh boy.
He's not going to be attacking this round. He is activating a charm, corporeal reformation. Skin cracks and veins bulge as wounds knit themselves closed. The act of healing and recreation of the self is part of the Liminal's core nature, and they may develop ways to repair their physical forms. He is repairing his own body as a simple action to heal 3 health levels.
Oh boy, alright.
Alright.
That is his action. And he recovers a
Alright.
mote, so he's back from 1 mote to 2.
I'm really glad we do have the ability to stop him from fighting by talking to him. Otherwise, this would just be a damage gate.
Yeah, and with the way that Gavel's rolling, damage gate is not the optimal solution here.
I might as well be making a new character at that point.
I know you could take a dramatic injury if he actually managed to KO you to not die. But it might not come to that because of the way that this is a very social-focused party, both in terms of the casts you selected and what solutions you're finding to this problem.
We shall see now, won't we?
All right, who wants to go first in the new round of Talk Fu?
Let me think here. Because we already managed to convince him that he's got, that there could be a better solution than just straight up recruiting a motley crew to storm this individual's gates. Like he already said he is underpowered. And I don't think, and considering how much he's overpowering us, I don't think that would really, if he found like a bunch of a couple hundred people with comparable level of power to us, I don't think that would change much of anything. Rather, what he should be doing is really, focusing on a plan, of what he could use against this individual. Really consider who he's fighting against and how he can accrue advantage in a way that he does not need to rely on power that he doesn't have. Or even use some of the individual's power against them. And I am going to... I'm going to set his whole plan aside and explain this to him. And then I'm going to do a cool, flick of my business card to him as a final flourish with this idea.
So you're trying to instill him with another intimacy towards you in this case. Of
Trust.
like you have a better plan.
Yeah, an intimacy. I want to instill an intimacy of trust.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
All right, so thing and stunt.
This is an. I will say this is an embassy one instead, given you're leveraging your.
Oh,
business.
sick!
So
then
not
excellency time.
Not only you could add your influence to this role and use an excellency.
Awesome. So I get influence. So I get thing plus attribute plus influence plus excellency plus ratio plus your white.
Well, no, he is made of all sorts of literally different ethnicities. He's done grafting from Elden Ring essentially to give different limbs of different kinds of exalts to
All
him.
right, 5 successes.
So he has many different ethnicities.
Here you go. 5 successes.
That beats his resolve of that. Yeah, you are definitely instilling an intimacy of trust in him towards you.
Mm-hmm.
That is also an exalt milestone for you for the session.
Fuck
by the
yeah,
way.
baby.
Successfully dealing with him. So I will say this probably ends the fight, but the session itself is going to continue on for a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at the things of trusting you, he actually takes a step back and then steps out of the ring, voluntarily forfeiting. Gavel's just kind of crawled over in a ball right now after having this shit smacked out of her. A few ribs cracked open.
And then I immediately look at him and I go, case and point. And then I'm going to bow.
He actually bows back to you, not to Gavel, to you.
Yeah,
Like
I
martial
figured as
artist
much.
bow, because I'm also a martial artist.
You know, it's funny. I thought she was the real champion here. But I don't know if she was just unlucky or if she needs to... You can take a hit pretty good, kid, but you gotta get better at throwing a punch, he says this to Gavel.
Fuck
She's
you.
a lot stronger than she looks. In fact, the whole war...
Go fuck yourself to death.
In fact, the entire war effort was her idea and responsibility. It's because of her we even stand a chance in this whole venture. And you could too. We got a lot.
He actually... So, she's a better commander than a frontline combatant.
More to an extent.
Well, given that you're kicking the ass... Given that you're kicking his ass right now, you're not... Huh. So I guess the physical strength isn't... You see his worldview starting to shift a little behind his eyes.
Now you're starting to get the picture, big guy.
He is deliberately ignoring Lythander, by the way.
Lythander is seething.
Of the mauled, yes, we know.
If anyone should be seething here, well, she already is. It's Gavel.
Lythander is contemplating the repercussions of destroying him with the combo move that him and Gavel have.
Now, destroying him physically or destroying... Oh, yeah, of sealing him in the death box.
Mm-hmm.
And the pair vibration chamber.
The hyperbolic death chamber.
Have you never seen that GIF?
I have not.
Okay, I'll try to find it.
All right, and the point is, so he has voluntarily forfeited this, and thus you've won this step of the war venture as well.
Sick.
Goodness sakes. Almost dying along the way.
You weren't necessarily in danger of death, but you did get the shit kicked out of you.
I stand by my statement.
That's fair. Cracks his neck, in that it literally spins a full 360 degrees.
Oh wow,
Anyway,
that looks
this
very
is-
fun. I wish I could do that all day long.
Anyway, this is what I was talking about.
I see.
That
All right.
naughty children get put in the Pear Wiggler to atone for their crimes.
Could be a good title for this episode, The Death Pear Wiggler.
You see, my pears don't jiggle,
All
jiggle.
right.
They fold.
Honk for thought clowns. Anyway,
All right, then.
continue.
See if I can do things. I got a few friends back in Shampur. Maybe they can teach how to do this asymmetric warfare or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Something to that extent. We could definitely
Gavel
we could
size.
definitely use someone of your disposition in the war efforts ourselves. And don't worry, there's nothing short of uses.
So, question: do I know my daughter's name?
My contract. Do you?
I forgot if you told me it or not.
I did not know.
Would it be something I would know?
It probably would, yeah. But whether or not that is still her name is the question. She was very much alive in the first stage, and now in those flashbacks, not so much.
And he wouldn't know anything about it anymore because I stole those memories.
You did, yeah, because he had no personal investment in those. That was a job. Similar to this one. And speaking of which, you know, my contract was just to get that thing in the basement set up so that as a training tool, essentially. Well, that's my view on it, is if someone could beat the shit out of a person piloting that, they might stand a better chance of squaring off against Fallen Star. But if there's a circle of you people around, then I guess you don't necessarily need that, and my contract's up. So I won't be seeing you guys for a while, but he won't have me backing him up either.
Well,
so I'm gonna get on my way, head to Shampur, and if that's that, then maybe I'll see you around.
Do you know the way to Shampur?
I'll take it.
Because I think I might have stolen that from him.
You might have, yeah.
You did take away 10
times.
years of non-vital information.
3 times, so
you did,
30
yeah.
years
well,
of his
that
life is gone.
Of non-vital information.
And non-vital and non-emotionally connected information.
Yes.
He is 100 years old, so ultimately that's a significant amount, but for a person like him who's lived a very weird life, most of it in the underworld,
He must hate me a lot for that action.
it's a few important big events. There are ways to recover memories, as you yourself proved.
True, but question, is he acting more friendly towards us?
He's acting more friendly towards Adam.
If he gives me any ounce of respect, I am going to release the memories to him again. After consuming that information.
Well, you formed didn't you form a major intimacy of rage towards him? The rage could take different forms, though, so if you want to form an intimacy of anime rivalry towards him or something...
Maybe, because in those memories, what
Maybe.
was my daughter doing, / was he hurting her, or...
No, they were working together.
I wouldn't have formed rage. Oh no,
Alright, never mind. You could form an intimacy of, like, respect or rivalry.
Sure, I'll
or
take
something or
rivalry.
whatever towards that.
Yeah.
Alright, if you want to push that up to major through the lunar thing, you could do that, because that works for any intimacy
Sure.
of any level. Okay. Gavel, do you want to form any intimacies towards this guy?
No, I do not.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
have an intimacy of trust with this guy, essentially.
It's mutual? Okay.
No, I mean, he has an intimacy of trust towards me, rather.
Yeah. Alright,
So wait, you weren't trying to lead an army to kill us, right?
No.
with all these shenanigans you guys have been doing behind the scenes, you've been spending enough motes, your cast marks are visible. I don't know if he actually knew you guys were exalted until now, so he actually gives you a look over. Hey, wait, aren't those anathemics? Well, that's a slur, so I shouldn't say that. Aren't those sun and moon symbols?
Were you about to say something else to me?
No, I'm just saying that I know you guys are supposed to have some pretty powerful juice packed up in
That
there.
would be them. Yes.
I will release I will release half the memories I stole from him back to him. But
Like I
only
said.
half, so he thinks that I gave him all of them back.
Like I said.
That's fair.
Hey, you'll
all
be
comes
needing
in
these
different
most
forms.
likely.
Well,
It is what it is.
fucking memory stealing asshole. He laughs a little. I'll see you around then.
So have a good one.
I kept his memory of how to get to Shampur.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh,
He'll have to relearn the route.
Good. No, he'll have to, like that one guy from Round to One Half, just get lost 100
Yeah, Ryoga.
He's gonna Ryoga his way there.
Yes. Good stuff.
It's at this point you hear his legs just start to crack.
Quack.
Quack, quack,
All right.
quack, quack.
His entire bone structure, he's spending another health level on this. This would have KO'd him if he hadn't healed, by the way. He is spending all of his health levels on tricks. So you see his legs start to crack and slowly reshape into wheels.
Cool.
Wait, why?
Because it's cool.
To get to Shampoo faster. See you later! And with that, he zooms off with his leg wheels.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Gavel, you weren't actually that wounded, but it's at this point the limit break is kind of over now that you were goaded into a fight where you were thoroughly embarrassed.
Surprised that doesn't make it even more so.
You could keep doing it into the next scene if you want.
Only into the next scene.
Alright, that's fair. Only into the next scene. So you're still in your angry show-off mode for now, then, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the next scene of this is going to be the prelude to the final battle, because you've beaten the Duel of Champions, or rather, Adam beat the Duel of Champions for you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did.
Adam
No,
and
he did.
Adam and Lythander beat the battle for you.
Yep, because I can't do any offensive things against him.
It's more that you don't have the offense. It's more that he had a very specific dodgy skill set that you did not roll well enough to hit.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Although the unfortunate thing is the imp is still there.
How impatient.
And for the rest of the session, you don't have the anger towards heaven because it's out there just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how dumb you are for thinking that's the big bad evil guy when it's just more of infrastructure.
How close is that thing to me, by the way?
Arm's reach.
I'm gonna snap its neck.
Are you using the spirit killing charm to kill your own intimacy?
I'm not gonna use spirit. I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna break its non-physical neck.
Okay, then you get the intimacy back.
Okay.
You realize that
I want that. I want to keep that intimacy.
Yeah, that seems pretty useful.
Yep.
This was pretty funny in the fiction of... It makes perfect sense in the fiction of him testing to see what you cared about to try and convince you to do something, but from a mechanic standpoint, I really just wanted to show off a laughing monster stylus, because I think that's a cool martial art.
Very good.
But there we have it then.
Yeah.
And some of Gavel's troops were watching.
Oh no!
Any specific... They don't lose respect or loyalty towards you or anything because you were putting up a good fight, but it is clear that you didn't win that on your own.
Oh, clearly, yes.
Take it as a lesson.
So
take it as a lesson in War 101, gentlemen.
So Abigail actually starts laughing a little. You know, this was just like a fight when you were little.
Abigail, bring the lower ranked troops. It's time for some endurance training.
Yes, Prophet. She says as she's trying to hold back laughter. Is that what you want to do for the last step of the war roll? Is like training drilling the troops on like all the stuff that you saw on the scouting mission?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me a war roll.
All right. Any attributes with that?
Fortitude, because you actually have a -1 to it because you still need to recover.
Is that -1 dice?
Okay. So, all right. So that's 2.
I grabbed my 2
Yes.
remotes, yeah.
That is, yes.
To her, not toward you guys for the war actions.
6. 4 successes.
Oh, did you use your excellency? Don't you have a war excellency?
Oh, I do have an excellency. Hold on.
All right,
let
pop
me use
another
that.
note.
Yep. No, that's
I'm
Fearless
blazing.
Vanguard. Nope.
Keep track of anima,
All right.
everyone. Because the
have
anima
been.
the anima will carry over to the final battle.
I have been keeping track.
Okay.
All right. So that is okay. Using the war intimacy or war excellency rather.
You could just add however many dice to that roll.
Okay. Is it how much or what's it?
It doubles your war rating,
Oh, it does. Okay. So
which is 4, I think.
Correct. So let me do that real quick. 6 successes. Or, I'm sorry, would that be 7 then? 7.
Yeah. 7 successes.
Okay.
So you are trying to drill them on the path of the invasion. You're doing the thing where you're all posed around a table, and there's a little you took one of the children's dolls and are using it as to represent, because you're kind of in a bit of jerk mode at the moment, and are using it to represent the fucking corpse you're all on.
Yeah.
There are heated circumstances going on right now. The kid will get the doll back after you poke it a lot. Yeah, you're doing the thing where you're all around the war table, poking at the doll, and there's a bunch of little figurines of you, all posed around it. It's at this point that SSD has spent the whole session retuning himself. You've literally seen him in the town square as a bunch of the nomads he was protecting have been reinstalling stuff into him. Ugh, sorry I'm late. Everything all right?
No.
Yes.
Half and half.
Gavel got her butt kicked.
That's all you gotta know, honey.
What was that?
Fucking Nephrak.
That's actually why I'm here. Part of my powers are modular. Mind over body order taught me how to change out parts of myself in order to retune myself for the coming conflict. I took the liberty of putting away the phasing through walls trick in favor of some more raw firepower.
That's always fair.
If it's alright, I'm going to be accompanying you towards the final battle.
I mean,
That's fine. We need all the bodies we can get at this point.
Might have counted.
that is fair.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, he is another Exalt.
Indeed.
So what essentially he's doing is alchemicals have modular charms. So he's switching out the phasing through walls charm for a different charm that he couldn't normally access. I'm going to decide what that is.
I was going to say, are we almost done with the campaign already? Oh no.
Now, at least of this arc. No, just with the Nephrak, with Eternal Stigmata. Although he is a servant of one of the potential actual BBEGs. I'm doing a thing called Build Up for Final Glimmer of Fallen Stars, if you haven't
Big
noticed.
evil guys, yeah.
Anyone else have anything they would like to do as you're prepping for the final assault on the skull?
I would like to give the Agata some liquor.
Oh, the Agata's still there, by the way.
Magic flask of infinite
Oh,
health.
goody. Before Lythander
I'd like to forfeit all my earthly
hands,
possessions. to
hands
you guys.
over. But besides, goodness sakes.
Sorry.
Besides, before Lythander gives the liquor, I snatch the bottle to see what kind of liquor it is.
What kind of liquor's in there?
I'll be cashing it and then changing it
I'm
to
dropping the
some
bottle
nice
on the
whiskey.
floor.
Very aged whiskey. Would you rather me have given
You
him
don't.
blood and honey?
You don't know how to appease any sort of demon, do you?
Oh. Okay.
No, I'd rather you give her red wine.
Red wine drunk, worst kind of drunk, but could be good for doing battle.
Sure,
Want
I
milk?
will
Could be
pour.
good courage,
I
liquid
will
courage.
do
Yes,
my
yes.
mixology
Could be good menu
stuff
item.
and just get a glass of red wine. Put a small little honey drizzle on the rim. Here you go. Yes.
Yes, tasty.
It
Motes of
is,
rare earth, possible
banana.
fruit, raspberry, strawberry, something similar.
Grapes, darling. It's grapes.
Tastes much better. Demon fruit. Could be good import. Spency, tasty. Goldman, you have fruit pour for sale? Could do additional package and sponsorship deal.
Wait, what did he say, sorry?
He's asking if you could sell him additional fruit for his restaurant.
Nah. Fruit's a little awkward. You gotta... It's very sweet, so it doesn't really fit into the main...
salad works.
Into, like, the main entrees and dishes.
How dare
You gotta save it for...
How dare you? A nice red leaf
gotta
lettuce
fit-
salad with
Shut up.
some
You gotta put it in
strawberries,
it.
blueberries.
You gotta...
Salad
a little bit of
illegal.
melon is delicious.
Salad.
I know
I will.
The Agata
I will
actually
make him a
looks at
salad.
salad illegal
And
in
hand it to
Malthus.
them.
This is what I was talking about,
Oh, dear.
This is what I was talking about, Lythander. Anyway, I know red fruits are quite popular in the underworld, so I suggest you. Someone put you in contact with one of my cooks. He makes a mean strawberry pie. That'll be a good dessert for later. You'll enjoy it.
SSD is actually going to make a war contribution roll of his own since he's been busy trapped in the tuning pit for a while. He needs to get involved in the plot again a bit more.
He's become a tuner.
This is his side quest after all. You're here because of the oath sealing and filling on a promise, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been some character stuff sprinkled in here and there, especially with Lythander, but that was more of a project that was happening outside of this quest. So, he is going to speak with a lot of the townsfolk, come in, and then he has what appears to be just a bunch of knickknacks assembled into a sword. He has essentially various bits of personal paraphernalia, like a family's garden hoe, stitched together with a jug, stitched together with a fire poker, stitched together with, and it has all appeared to have been melded together into a sword. I'm gonna be using the people's hopes and dreams to beat down Eternal Stigmata. Maybe more literally than they expected, but hey, it's the emotional energy I'm gonna drive this right through his heart. Wait, he leans in so that the helpful Liminal outside doesn't hear you. You're the one that killed him, right?
Well,
Is yours referring that to?
The Gavel.
Oh. Yes, that was me.
Did you leave a heart behind? How did you kill him?
I used a bit of magic to finish things off for good.
Was that when you first lit up, or?
Wait, sorry, say again.
He's asking if the incident where you killed him was when you exalted.
Oh. I believe it was. That sounds about right.
Okay, that changes a few things for the final confrontation then. Just wanted to establish that for the audience. Because we might be having we might be opening on a flashback or something.
maybe.
Finding out the moment that caused a big god to choose you is kind of important to the central conceit of a character in Exalted, after all.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, so with that established, he looks at you and just kind of nods. Yeah, he did complain about some horned bitch often.
He complained about a lot of people.
Yeah, he used a lot of racial slurs in that.
Ugh.
Still uses that to this day.
He did when he was still alive as well.
Thank you for coming, by the way. Alright.
Not my greatest intention right now, but
Right,
it's
you
good
are.
to explore and see things.
By the way, his role is gonna see if he could get any Eternal Stigmata's war role here is gonna be seeing if he could get the warstrider up and working in as quick a time.
Oh, goodness.
Oh dear!
Goodness sakes!
That dramatically changes this battle.
Okay, let's count them. One,
That is 11 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I have bad news for you. The Gundam's not necessarily complete, but it is in a functional state now.
Oh, boy.
That's bad.
So that dramatically changes.
That will definitely change how this war goes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to ask the guy who did Crimes of Nature, Raving Loon, and the rest of his squad. They had to homebrew warstrider rules for Essence because that hadn't been converted from 3rd edition yet. I'm gonna have to double check how that works now because I'm pretty sure beating a warstrider, because it's a big ass robot, it's a venture rather than an opponent to disable it.
Oh, goodness.
So that
Crying out
because
loud.
of that means that that's hit the one success in their side of the war, because normally you've been kicking their ass, but he has bought himself enough time with all the troops and all the distance between you and him and the investigation you needed. He's bought time enough to build his trump card.
Oh boy.
Which is going to be important for the big fight next session. You may want to spend your stuff on combat charms, guys.
You don't say.
kidding.
Although I will say that Gavel, because you're still in your berserker mode, if you want, I'm giving you an option. You can either have it progress to the end of the scene where you're just creeping people out, or you could accidentally injure one of your own troops by using supernatural powers too carelessly.
Let's go with the second one. It seems like with everything that's going on, she's gonna accidentally hurt someone for sure.
All right. Any specific one of your charms or techniques you're demonstrating to this that accidentally, like Aang accidentally burning Katara style thing?
Let me see. So, probably, out of all of them, probably Fearless Vanguard technique.
Which one is that again?
Exalt soldiers gain a 2 success bonus to resolve against social influence that would frighten, distract, or confuse them as long as she leads them.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you like Fists of Iron accidentally procs for a moment as you are like demonstrating the proper way to march on wildly uneven terrain like this, and you accidentally, there's a snapping noise. You look and someone is screaming, you accidentally broke someone's leg.
Damnation.
Ah!
Get him to the med bay.
It was one of the beetle folks, actually. You broke one of his
Is
legs.
there any way I can heal?
Goodness.
Which means that it's going to be way harder to heal it. Yeah, you could try medicine is under sagacity.
I will
so
use
you don't have any
sagacity
specific of the
and,
medicine sagacity charms, but I can let you roll to just generally try and
Sagacity,
prevent
do I-
infection.
Are you
and
telling
stuff.
me which attribute to use, or can I use any attribute? 5.
Okay, well, the limb will no longer have to be amputated.
Thank goodness.
Because something you realize quickly while examining the wound is the underworld's kind of corrosive. If you're not injured, you'll be fine. But if you get a serious injury like a broken limb or a big-ass cut, if you're not an Exalt who can get infected, that could normally be pretty fucking lethal. So, thankfully, through use of the Infinijug of various alcoholic liquids, you are able to clean and disinfect the wounds to... What's up?
We call this the chug jug.
Okay, fine. Through use of the Chug Jug. That's probably not the artifact's real name, but it's probably the nickname.
Infinijug sounds pretty funny. I kind of like it.
Okay, we could use either interchangeably. It's a Jenna Moran staple. Everything has 5 names. All right, you clean the wound, and do we really gotta keep working with that bitch? This is directed toward Lythander.
Lythander is just going to stop for a second.
Oh no.
Rub his chin. So what do you think of... What does everyone there think of me?
You?
Yes.
I don't know, you're the fucking lunar. Like, you fringe of the society, like, shape-shifting, face-stealing people.
I don't know.
I mean, I've been giving food and medical to the entire camp. But I mean, okay.
The beetle person just kind of... Thorax. This guy's name is Thorax, by the way.
Oh,
Thorax.
It's a
Thorax.
pleasure to meet you, Thorax.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's a different version of that name, but yeah. So Thorax can't really get to his feet because the problem's the broken leg. He
No,
turns.
stop. You need to rest. Even
Wait.
if we have a war going on. And
He actually
there's-
looks. It's like, wait a minute. That's the Changing Moon. That's the same cast as. How old are you?
How old am I?
That's up to you. That's up to you. But rules as written, you probably have only been exalted for about 5 years or something.
So, roughly about 39.
Okay. As a note, celestial exalts tend to live for a few thousand years, unless
So I
killed.
can so can I just...
Wait, am I still on my first? No, I had a past
No,
life.
no.
Never mind.
You've probably been through a few lives by now.
Uh, this life or all
Like the first, if
I
the
asked
first one
orcs.
was, if the first one was Juan, you were at least up to a Yang Chen by now.
Okay, I ask, which, altogether or this particular life?
Altogether,
Ooh. Probably about 2,000-ish?
that's probably long enough for the region for you to be her at some point.
Well, you just take care of yourselves, all of you. Okay?
You remind me of the Moon Silver. You may have been her in a past life, and I'm having a bit of a crisis of faith looking at the reincarnation of our great culture hero now.
Oh, I apologize for giving you that. It's
Do
one
you
of those
remember
where-
anything? Do you remember anything of being her?
Not in particular, because my memories were stolen. A lot of them.
Well, you have the perfect memory charm, but the memory stealing only extends to your current life.
Oh. Do I remember being her?
Yes.
I will say yes, then. A little bit, yes.
This is effectively like I keep going back to Avatar: The Last Airbender. One, because I'm watching it all the way through now. It's really good. It holds up amazing. Yeah, and two, it is very much Aang consulting his past lives. Like, he doesn't have all of it at his beck and call, but if he goes to meditate for a while, he can get important moments. All right, so looking back to think of it, you do definitely remember being invincible moonsilver exoskeleton. Listen, not all of your past lives had names that flowed that well.
True.
Yeah.
But Exo's past life, she was way more adventurous and gung-ho than Lythander of the Seething Moon is or was. She spent a good chunk of it exploring underground and helping a lot of the native people survive. Like, she was active in the Great Contagion. She helped a lot of people and survivors hide out. And essentially, they escaped the contagion by going underground because, for whatever reason, it seemed to be less contagious underground, one of the Great Contagion's weaknesses. So she set up a trial ground to turn people into beetle folk to better adapt to the conditions.
Okay.
Her death was a murder that was not resolved.
Oh. Okay.
So you remember waking up to, like, the last things you remember of being Exo is falling asleep, and then the next memories of yes. It was very confusing. New side quest unlocked. Solve your past life's murder.
Okay, boy. I'll take it.
Bombs away.
But yeah, no.
She keeps wanting to train us into weapons, and you taught us to take care of ourselves more often and not throw ourselves into reckless battles. What do we do?
You see, as much as I despise what Gavel does,
Hey.
she has a good heart. She'll kill me if I say this, but she actually cares immensely about every one of you. She just has a lot of anger problems. It's one of those where she's trying to train you into weapons, but she is still trying to keep your individualities as well. So honestly, if you decide to defect, I'm not going to stop you. I will try to help you as much as I can. But that is all up to you.
She used to be the Zenith, didn't she?
Yes.
What happened to her?
What happened to Gavel?
You don't know. Gavel herself might not necessarily know that. Well, all the solar. By now, Adam has figured out that she was once the Dreaming Sea Circle's Zenith cast, the priests and high holies of the Unconquered Sun, the leaders of these solars. But something happened to her in between incarnations to pump her full of hell juice instead of sun juice.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. A lot of things happen to people. Not a lot of good, not a lot of bad. You have to roll with the punches half the time.
That's the way we live life.
Where did you come from?
I've been here the whole time. I'm an interdimensional
I looked at Thorax
cowboy.
and say, has he been here the whole time?
He has.
At least say something then, you prick.
Sorry, I didn't want to ruin your moment.
He's been here for hours. I didn't think it was relevant.
I didn't want to ruin your moment.
Oh no, not you, Thorax. I didn't mean you at all. I meant Adam.
Like I said, I didn't want
And
to
if I
ruin your
turn around,
moment.
I see Gavel on my other side. Oh no.
No, she's still training.
Alright, just because you move your token a little bit closer to me, that's why I was...
No, that's just signifying back at camp.
Ah, that's fair.
But, yes, no, you need to do what you feel is best for yourselves. There's little I can really do, but I will do as much as I can.
Make sure she doesn't go too far.
Oh, trust me, I will try. Sometimes I have to contain myself, though, as well.
Make sure she doesn't throw us away like broken tools.
Oh,
That's
trust
all I
me,
can
if she
ask.
tries that, there will be hell to pay. Each one of you are individuals that deserve life and liberty. She is trying to supply that to you, though in her own messed up way. She's not trying to create you into just mindless weapons, though. One has to be harsh to be gentle and kind, sometimes.
I really hope that's true.
If not, you have my word. I will put an...
Takes a sip from your infinijug.
I'll let him. Oh, you can change the flavors by thinking of what you wanted to actually drink.
Oh, minty.
Good. Mint julep?
He actually has to untangle his
Mandibles.
his mandibles from it for a second. Why is there a hinge there?
To close it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
Adam,
was he born like this, or can I use sharing Luna's... Actually, can I use sharing Luna's gift to actually heal him a bit?
he doesn't want to be healed. If you offer, he'll say no.
Oh, okay. Is there any way I can try to reduce the amount of pain that he's in, though, as well with that?
The alcohol.
Alcohol, got it. I will, I will grab a... I will see if I can find a clean urn that's not... or a barrel, and just continue to pour as much out, like, pour a barrel of alcohol for him.
Yeah, Mahendra has actually been helping out a lot with that. Just because he's not combat spec'd, he can still do a lot to help. And he has been playing music literally the entire time since you found him.
Good.
He has not stopped. He has been awake for weeks.
Oh, no.
He's undead. He's also undead. He doesn't need sleep.
There. Still.
Doesn't mean he doesn't look
Yeah,
tired.
I was gonna say. But, yeah, no, that's going to be my interaction there.
Okay. Adam, what do you want to do for the final step of the war? Chills?
I'm thinking here. What do I want to do for the final step of the war? Because we got to worry about a mech here. I want to
Actually,
another
is there
scouting.
anything that I have from
I want to do another. I want to do another scouting trip.
All right, as you work on the navigate roll for that, what's up, Lythander?
Didn't I get some information on that when I went to that one place last session? As well.
About the warstrider?
I'm not sure if I did or didn't.
There may have
I
been.
don't think I did, but
It was about other
Other
things,
things,
like
okay.
the pit, like the magical material breaking pit,
Okay.
or the Sidereal martial arts
Okay.
scroll that you have in your memory.
okay.
Yeah, my primary.
So Adam, give me a navigate roll.
Yeah, my primary interest is getting info on the warstrider. Well, it was a long time.
Well, that's not a botch.
It was a long time coming.
The good news is it's not a botch, so it's not a catastrophic failure, but you unfortunately, the closest you can get is like within a few minutes walk of there, and as you get there and getting closer and closer, you just start to feel wrong. Like there is a psychic pressure in the back of your mind that you should not be here. There is something about the machine itself that fills you with dread. Not to the point of you making a roll from unnatural influence, but to the point that there are emotional capital V vibes in this machine, and being near it at all is making you incredibly uneasy.
All right, I'm going to come back.
You actually have to pull. The gun actually floats out of your pocket and points itself in the direction of the thing, and you have to physically grab it and yank it back. It takes significant effort to stop it from going in on its own. It struggles like to try and kill the thing, to the point when you get back to the camp, SSD actually notices and pulls you aside for a moment. Hey, that gun, do you know its name?
It's Destiny.
Is it a gun named Destiny, or is it just named Destiny?
I don't know what?
It's a Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the full thing.
It's a gun named Destiny. You gotta say the full thing.
Alright. So, a firewand named Destiny. It's made of orichalcum, I can tell that much, but sometimes these things are sapient.
Right.
Have you tried talking to it? This isn't the first time I've seen your weapon try and act on its own, is the thing. Like, he has been present when there have been instances of, like, when you went Revolver Ocelot on every spy ball in town.
All right. Let me see here. All right. A firewand named Destiny. What's the sitch on the matter ahead? I'm sensing some rancid vibes coming off of that direction. I wanted to get your take on it.
Go ahead and give me a Fortitude plus Integrity roll.
All right, Excellency. To make it, I believe that would be a 9. Yeah, D10. That's a 3.
That is a success.
Okay.
Give me a moment to think of this gun's personality. Because you hear noises start to come from the barrel.
Okay.
Very slowly, SSD, like, he does not put his face up to the barrel, but he kind of leans next to it with his ear there. I didn't mean they could actually talk. That's usually not a thing.
Well, everything's a surprise on a journey. I'm always up for getting surprised.
I need to destroy it. Let me go. Set me free.
Set you free?
Is what it says.
Don't worry. I don't want you getting yourself... I don't want you messing with something you can't fight on your own. We're gonna get it broken. Just trust me.
That's the fucking point. Let me out of this thing.
We're gonna get it broken in time. We just have to...
No, break me! You idiot!
You? What do you mean?
That's when
Are you stuck in there?
Gonna have SSD make a therapy roll. That's his secondary skill pool. 3 successes. Do you know there are a certain number of... I wouldn't necessarily call them super cursed, but there are artifacts with baleful auras in them that have entities imprisoned inside as a power source.
You're telling me my gun...
That may be...
You're telling me my gun's haunted?
I'm telling you, your gun's haunted.
Neat.
This is just what I needed. All right. This is
Now the question is if it's something that deserves to be there, because often in these things are imprisoned horrible, like world-eating monsters, giant planet snakes, or hungry demons. Either way, those are questions for another day. Just try not to be too harsh towards gestures towards the gun. Or the firewand, at least, because guns don't exist in Exalted. We gotta stop saying that.
I'll do my best. I don't...
Fun fact before we close out. It is a running joke in a lot of Exalted fandoms that the reason there are no guns is that the Heavenly Bureaus of projectiles and the Bureaus of explosions cannot agree on whose job it would be to handle them.
Oh, goodness.
Right.
So every time someone comes up with the idea of a gun, it is sabotaged by celestial agents. I prefer the reason of people get real fucking nutty about guns, so they don't want to insert creepy gun culture into this game.
Right.
That's the one I prefer, but the funny option is also valid.
Interesting. All right. So be it.
We will close on this campaign of zooming in on the warstrider. It's not complete yet. It's missing a good amount of its armor, and it does not have all the weapons grafted to it, but enough of it exists for it to move and be a threat.
Oh, dear.
Its eyes open. But it's made of soul steel, so it's always screaming, kind of, but why is its voice so familiar now? Why does it sound like her?
Like her... to me?
I was thinking more Lythander.
No, not Lythander.
Oh, okay.
Gavel, why does it sound like someone you know? Is what I'm saying.
Daddy.
So we close on that with, oh no, someone you know might be imprisoned in there.
Uh-oh.
And that's the end off. Next time, the big final battle against Eternal Stigmata. Giant robot fight. Everyone be excited. Please be there.
Let's go.
So,
Giant
let's hope I don't
fighting
die.
robots.
Alright.
Mega Man.
Mega Man. I'm hitting the button to stop the recording.
Because
go.
I'm a fool. I'm gonna hit the button right now.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are really excited to bring you our first big project, and you can also follow our socials for more of our content. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this episode, or know a friend or two would be interested in the setting or story we're telling, spreading the word is a great help to a brand new podcast. Me and the players have a lot of ideas on plot seeds for later, both in the far future and 2 weeks from now, in the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.